Mr. Somoza. Yeah, let's do that. Bless you, sir. Uh, I have a hole in my mouth. I went to take a sip of water, and apparently, I don't know how to drink things, and I spilled it on myself on my 49ers hoodie. Great season, San Francisco. You didn't get the job done. Are you muted? How come I can't hear you? Your mic's muted.
Hey, what's going on? What's going on?
Hey,
There
there
we
he
go.
is.
Hey,
Hey,
I'm like, I did my
now you get
intro and
that
I'm
echo.
like, what happened? What's
I don't
going on
hear you.
here? You
Yeah, I've
chatting
got
about
like
that? Yeah.
I got drops
Yeah.
here, drops here. I'm a toddler. Apparently, my kid can drink better than I do because I just spilled. It's on my beer. I spilled water all over myself. I go, oh, what the? It's just all over me, bro. Like, this is terrible, terrible start. This is like botching a lockup. Like, this is like, oh, I thought the arm goes here and here instead of here and here. It's all messed up right now. What's going on?
Welcome, everyone,
I love it. What a start.
to your favorite podcast on a Wednesday. It's your boy, Vernon Somoza. What is happening, wrestling world? An exciting week of professional wrestling.
Yeah.
Lots of fun things happening. Not much to talk about news-wise, but
yeah, no
it was
rumors
a
and nonsense
good
like that.
It was an awesome weekend to be a fan. What's going on? Bringing up that tip.
Ooh, we're like about to
La, la,
touch
la,
Knuckles too.
la,
We
to my
almost, I
boy,
think we bumped Knuckles there too at the same time.
Frank Champion. What's happening?
FCD.
What's going on?
Just having a good time. I'm wearing my Niners hoodie. We had a good season. I know it's the wrestling podcast, but we're talking football right now.
Sure.
We had a good season. Lost NFC Championship. My third string quarterback, Brock Purdy.
Yeah.
See how I related it to wrestling? See how I related it to wrestling? Because Paul Heyman did that. He tore his UCL in his elbow in the first quarter. Didn't get a fair shake. We got porked and we got blown out. So listen, I'm not upset. We shouldn't have been anywhere near there. We had our fourth string quarterback playing in the most important game of the playoffs.
Sure.
So it is what it is. But I just want to talk quick about that. One other thing about football I want to bring up. Tom Brady retired today. For real.
Yeah.
Like, he's not joking this time. He said,
the man's done.
I'm done. 23 years. I'm good. I lost my wife. I'm good. All right. I need to get my kids and my wife back. I'm sure that's the first thing you better go do. Go get your family back because this football thing is finally done for you. So I just want to talk about that. What do you say about Tom retiring? Anything about that? I know you're not really big into football.
So Tom Brady.
He's actually you've been hating Tom Brady as a Jets fan.
I was just about to say.
Go ahead.
My hatred for Tom Brady goes back to the good old days of Michigan. Oh, Tom, in the way history likes to rewrite and try to make it seem like he was a lowly second string quarterback. This guy that rode the pine, never got any minutes over at Old Blue. And then he got picked up late in the draft.
With nobody.
Hopes. This no-named guy, Thomas Bradley, maybe his name was. Drew Bledsoe goes down in a tackle, hit by Mo Lewis. Was it Mo Lewis who took him out the game?
It sure was, right in the chest.
Drew Bledsoe with that big hit, Mo Lewis with the linebacker. With the
washboard.
Washboard
I kind of look like I got it behind me right now. The washboard right here.
Mo Lewis with that hit that would put Drew Bledsoe down, and then this little no-name, nobody, gangly armed quarterback named Thomas Bradley, I think, would begin his moment that game, a momentum that would not end until today.
They said literally today.
And to you, Tom Brady, I say, took you long enough. Damn it. Pardon my language, but I have not standed. Oh, gosh. Tom Brady was a thorn in the side of the Jets. Tom Brady has been a thorn every time I saw his name. Every time New England came to New York. Every time we went to New England, Tom, gosh.
Tom terrific.
I mean, look.
Tom Brady, the GOAT. The GOAT?
Look, it pains me to have to admit that Tom Brady deserves a place up there, but to deny Tom Brady his flowers, even I'm not that salty.
Okay,
Tom
good.
Brady something that look, call it. You can say it was the coaches, it was whatever, but football, as Vince Lombardi said, football is a perfect sport. The only flaw it has is that it requires it leans too heavy on the quarterback. A great quarterback can take a good team and make them better, and a mediocre quarterback can take a decent team and make them worse.
Very true.
And that's the one thing Vince
Lots of responsibility as a quarterback.
football had was that the game is too reliant on the quarterback, and that position is too important. And learn with the golden boy, right? A good quarterback can change the game. And Tom Brady, for all the heat I want to throw at the guy and all the heat I want to boo at him and everything, I'd be damned. He signed like a baby face for New England for
7 championships total.
He was the Bruno Sammartino.
He was Bruno. For 20 years he was there.
He was on top forever. Yeah. He did the last 3, right?
Crazy.
He pulled the Andre. He went the last 3 where he went on that retirement tour, and putting over he started putting over a Kanek, he puts over Inoki, and then he comes back and puts over
before
Hogan
he was
last.
holding on to the ropes for everything?
No, it was while he was holding on to the ropes.
Okay.
So right, that's that little known history about Andre, right? Where the WWF and their E at this point, but in their version of it, right? Andre comes back and Andre wants that one spot with Hogan, with the body slam. But like that month before, he ran the same spot, and he was holding on to the ropes. But he went to Mexico against Kanek, same thing. Same spot. Kanek hit him with the body slam. Went to Japan. Only difference is in Japan, after the body slam, Inoki put him in the armbar, and he tapped to the armbar.
But he put over all the something people. Like that.
Yeah.
Because Hogan was saying he was the first to do it. And then I saw this video clip of all these other people.
Correct. Yes.
Doing the same.
Stan Hansen did it in Japan. Yeah.
Same spot over and over.
Kamala body slammed him. Yeah.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Him being body slammed was not never been done. But according to Hogan, if you read the foreword of Hogan's book, Hogan body slammed him, tore every muscle in his back. Andre said, "Slam me, boss." Andrew told him, "Slam me, boss."
And that's when he knew. That's when he was told it was going to happen.
And
Hogan be spitting it, boy.
Oh, and Andre died the next day.
That's right. Yeah.
Andre died 6 hours later. Andre died.
When he finally felt he can go on now that Hogan did the body slam. Yo, listen, Hogan. That's why Hogan is so successful. He is a great storyteller. That boy got some stories, man. I tell you what. So no, let's go back real quick.
Okay, wait. Shout out first of all, this is the Pay Window Podcast.
We didn't even say who we are.
I promise you. Like you got us in. I didn't want to cut you off because you want to talk about the shirts. So yeah, I mean, shout out to the network.
My bad.
What's the name of the network, Franny?
It's right above you. Give it a point because I can't. The Sandbox Podcast Network, TSPN. Shout out to the Big Boss Man.
Big Boss Man.
DSP, your favorite media personality.
Shout out to him. Yes, sir.
He's got some monikers.
Yes, sir. We are on episode 25, y'all. So just to catch y'all up here, 10 minutes in, we are on episode 25 as we've been vamping, chatting about your boy Tom. But you know what? That's if I could just say one thing about Tom, and the part of my distaste for him is that the fictitious, he was this down out like Rudy.
Like he wasn't good at all. Yeah.
Somehow he became Rudy. And it's just like he's not Rudy. It was never
an underdog
Rudy.
Story. That's all. It was just an underdog story people can get behind.
But how?
But he wasn't bad. How did
Tom Brady? How did the legend of Tom Brady become Rudy? He wasn't a blue chipper.
It was his combine. If I were to show you how he looked at the combine, if you've never seen it, he didn't look like an NFL player. He was 6'4".
Yeah,
but his body was frail. He ran a terrible 40, and all they care about at the draft are measurables.
But
how you measure up.
But he didn't ride the pine at Michigan.
He shared
time. He shared the ball.
Drew Henson, who played pitcher for the Yankees and then came back and threw balls for the Cowboys. Okay. So he played, and normally whenever Tom was in, it was crunch time and it was time to win the game. And he was winning games in college, just like he was winning games in high school.
See,
Yeah,
and
no,
this is
no.
why I'm having this discussion with you,
Yeah.
who you are my football guy, and especially college. You know the story.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And you
Oh,
know
yeah.
daggone well, he
He
was
was
not
not.
riding the
Yeah.
pine. He was not, little gangly arm Tom who just got in every now and then. Tom was Mr. When it was crunch time.
It was time to go.
Tom
Tom
had a
had it.
football IQ that was off the charts.
Yeah. That was it. If he wasn't there at the same time as Drew Henson, he'd be the starting quarterback. He probably would have been no later than the second or third round because he would have had the body of work, throwing
He
3,000 yards,
had the
30
misfortune,
touchdowns. Yeah,
exactly. He had the misfortune of being there when you had another great player
yeah,
who was sharing the time.
that's it.
Great for the program. It was bad for him personally. But
That's right.
but I'm telling you, man, I've heard speeches. People give public speeches where they've used Tom Brady's story, and people will talk about this down and out guy. And I'll be fuming like
Like
you're
he wasn't.
literally making this up. He was not this nobody.
Yeah, he just wasn't. He just got looked over. He was picked last. Look at it like that. Like he was the last kid picked on the pickup game, and then he winded up dropping 30. Like that's exactly
right?
what it was.
It was like, yo, in the blue chipper category, he was the last one on the blue chipper list. Like,
right.
okay, but he still made the blue chipper list, friends.
Yeah.
He wasn't this local yokel kid. He wasn't Rudy. Point being, he's not
It
Rudy.
wasn't me back there playing center. Playing
my
quarterback.
Goodness, it's
Yeah.
just it's crazy
Stop the
how it
cap.
became a fable, and then he gets like, yes, it is. The fable of the story in and of itself is that he came in because someone else was injured. He was an injury.
Right.
He was put in because of the injury
And never lost his job.
and didn't lose his job.
Right.
Drew Bledsoe was hurt. He got right. That was when he got his jaw rocked. Right. That was when he got it. That was it.
No, I thought it was the collapsed lung.
Oh, it was a
Mo
collapse
Lewis
lung.
hit him so
it
hard.
Was the collapse lung. It was a
right?
collapse lung. You're right. You're right.
Mo,
Who was
yeah,
who
Mo
was the
Lewis.
quarterback that got his jaw rocked?
That was Geno Smith who got punched by his teammate.
No. I'm thinking of a wasn't a quarterback who got hit, who took a helmet to the face and ended up getting his mouth. Am I making this up?
Doesn't ring a bell. You might not be, but you might ring a bell. So there's again, we are a wrestling podcast.
We are wrestling.
Here we are, 12 minutes in, and we're showing football on our screen. Hey, we do a little bit of everything here.
A little bit of everything here.
A little bit of everything. So here goes the hit on Mo Lewis, from Mo Lewis you were talking about.
Wait,
wasn't a scrambler. So he gets demolished.
And good day.
Oh,
there it was.
I bet he hit him in the sweet spot.
It was just that shoulder it was like running into a brick wall.
Need I remind you, this is 2001, right? Where they were very lenient on the hits. That was a legal hit. That wasn't helmet to helmet. Please show the replay. Okay, here's the replay.
Wasn't helmet to helmet.
Straight shoulder.
Ooh.
Shoulder into his chest. He hit him so hard, he collapsed his lung.
And he had momentum from behind him because you got to remember, he was getting hit from behind, a light tap from behind.
And he was slowing down. He was slowing down when a guy was going full speed at him. Look at Mo. Bam. He was trying to brace the hit. My God, man. The NFL back then, man, it was brutal. And even worse in the 90s. But yeah, and that was the birth of Tom. There I go, breaking kayfabe again. The birth of Tom Brady. Yeah. The legend as we know it. So yeah, congrats to him, man. 23 years of football.
Big ups to him. But please, now y'all heard it from Frank Champion. The man knows his football, especially classic. When it comes to classic college football, this is the man. When I want to have a Rohan Davey moment, this is the man I text about.
Juice Williams?
Yes, this is the man. This is the man we talk about. Ricky Williams, and Ricky Williams was running over every human being on the college football field, running over human beings, North and South football. Back when Texas was the only ball I watched.
Yeah, brother. That was good old days. Not anymore. Now everybody's in the gun, ready to fling the football. All right, 15 minutes in. Can we talk wrestling now?
Who knew? Shout out to Steve Spurrier, by the way. Shout out to the old ball coach, knowing that the run and gun was the future. And he was pushing the run and gun when everybody was like, that ain't it. It's the eye, the heavy eye.
Can I tell you a crazy story?
Please.
One crazy story about football, and then we'll get off it, and then we'll start our actual podcast. So I was down for work down in Dallas. Remember that 1 week I was down in Dallas? They had a guest speaker. It was Terry Bradshaw. It was awesome. Terry Bradshaw went off. He had this one great story, and I was like, I gotta tell it to as many people as know. So
shoot.
I'm gonna tell it to you, and I'm gonna tell it to the pay windowers. We need a better name than that, man. That name sucks.
I don't know.
For our pay window people. I like that better. Pay window people. That sucks too. Don't get me wrong, but it's better than pay windowers. Okay, don't you do that.
Good.
So Terry says, all right, they're having joint practices. The Steelers and the Cowboys. So Steelers have their own section of the field. Cowboys have their own section of the field because they're going to do intra-squad scrimmages and all that good stuff once they get started.
Oh.
So we're talking back in the 70s, 60s. So Tom Landry was the old ball coach for Dallas. Tom Landry is a genius, right? He's coming with a lot of concepts. Okay, I might have to stand up and show you this one when I do this. So he's watching his young Roger Staubach, right? Roger Staubach throw all these passes in one side of the end zone. He's throwing dime after dime after dime, and the crowd's starting to go. This is Terry telling the story now. Now the crowd's starting to go, Roger, 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 because they're seeing him throw all these touchdown passes. So Landry calls him over. Staubach, come on over here, right? I'm trying to do it verbatim to how Terry did it.
Yeah.
Because that's what made it funny. So Staubach comes jogging over. Tom looks at him and he says, Roger, you're going to be my quarterback. Can't remember the center's name of that team, but he said, pair off with the center and you guys can working on getting your snaps right. Because you know how that goes. Center quarterback exchange has to be perfect. So let's see. I got to stand up here for this because it's hilarious what he did. Let me try and keep my headphones on. Okay. So Roger, can I go this way? All right, I can go this way. So Roger goes to approach the center. Center's down, right? Mm-hmm. Center's down in his spot, getting ready to do the snap. Here comes Roger. And the center said, "Oh, wait a minute." He said, "Wait a minute." He says, "I don't want that man standing behind me." Remember, this is 70s, right?
Oh, God.
He said, "Wait a minute. I don't want that man standing behind me. He can't play quarterback with us."
Yeah.
So Tom, the genius that he is, Tom Landry, genius, came up with a lot of things, right? Came up with a lot of good stuff. Came up with this concept. He said, "Okay, I got it. Center, you stay here. Roger, go 5 yards back. Center, you're going to snap it to him from there." And the shotgun was born.
Didn't know that story. Wow.
That's the story Terry told us.
Story, huh?
Down in Dallas. I was like, wow. I said, that's how it was. So he said, when you're watching I think it was divisional games that week. When you're watching divisional games this Saturday, or it was a wild card weekend, actually. Watching wild card games, you can nudge your friend or tap your wife on the shoulder and go, "Hey, babe, you know why they do the shotgun?" And then you could tell the story that he told you. So I thought it was a great. Terry Bradshaw was awesome for that. And the innovator of the shotgun. So there you go. All right, can we talk wrestling now? It's been 18 freaking minutes. All right. Let's follow up on Jay Briscoe. You want to do that?
Yeah, but just a random football thing. You know, Tom Landry was an assistant coach with Vince Lombardi
before he took over in Dallas.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
They worked right. If I remember correctly, right? They used to work for the Mirrors. It was Vince Lombardi and Tom Landry. They were Tom Landry was defensive coach. Vince Lombardi was offensive coach. And they were the coaches. Tom
Landry is the one that came up with the 4-3. So
yeah, so they were the assistant. They were the assistant coach. They were the offensive defensive coordinator for the Mirrors for the Giants at the time, I believe. Right? Was that how it was? And then he quits and he goes there, and then Landry goes, and then Lombardi goes to be the head coach to be the head coach, and then Landry goes to form the
Lombardi was on the Giants coaching staff for a while.
Okay. So I do. Yeah. So there it is. Yeah. How insane is that, by the way? 1-2 punch. Your 1-2 punches. You have two of the greatest coaches that ever coached. They were your offense defensive coordinator.
Right. That's like in comparison now, like a Belichick and an offensive guru. I can't think of like maybe Kyle Shanahan, my Niners coach, putting them on the same team together as coordinators.
And again, coordinators. That's the part that blows my mind is like the coordinators.
You're just assistant coaches. You're not important. Yeah, call the plays.
Anyway, yeah. Right. So go ahead. That was just if you didn't know, like that's one of those fun football facts of like, did you know?
I absolutely I love that. So this is the go home show. This is wrestling.
Yeah, man. Let's get back to wrestling. What a weekend. What a week of wrestling.
We are hold on before you go. We are one show away from episode 26, which will mark one full calendar year of us doing our podcast. So next show, congratulations. Yes, to you too.
Yeah, man.
It'll be our WrestleMania. Are we gonna call it Pay Window Mania or something? Because this is the go home show.
Yeah, why not? We could
So,
think of something.
this is the Go Home Show. This is our road to Pay Window Mania, I guess, is starting right now. Because the road to WrestleMania started with the
What
Rumble. You see what I
about
did there? See what I did
no,
there?
no, no, no. Wait, wait,
Don't
wait,
do
wait,
that.
wait,
What are
wait,
you
wait,
about to
wait,
do?
wait, wait,
What are you
wait,
about
wait,
to
wait,
do?
wait, 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 wait.
Oh boy. Here we go, y'all.
What if we called it the Colossal Tussle?
What a name. Great. I love it.
The road to the pay window Colossal Tussle.
I I have no qualms about calling next episode the Colossal Tussle. I think it's done. I think it's done. Next show, we're going to have some guests.
We'll
If
have
we
some
can get
guests.
it done, we're
And
going to have some
yeah,
guests.
let's call the next show the
The Colossal
Colossal
Tussle.
Tussle.
I love it.
And
I
for
love it. I'm
those who
saving it.
know, you know. And for
Right.
those who don't, it was the original name that Vince McMahon wanted for WrestleMania. That, as the legend goes, there were those who had to dissuade him because they figured the Colossal Tussle was not it. And history does give, or history gives credit to rest in peace to the god Howard Finkel for saying, they have Beatlemania, so now why not we have WrestleMania? And thus WrestleMania was born.
Well,
Because
but
if not, we would have
didn't we already
had
have
the Colossal
Hulkamania too?
Tussle.
But we already had Hulkamania, didn't we? Colossal Tussle is rough.
Yeah, I mean the Colossal Tussle, that doesn't sell it to you, huh?
You know what? I'd take that over Great Balls of Fire. Remember that pay-per-view?
I would take Colossal Tussle over Victory Road.
I would take Colossal Tussle over Taboo Tuesday.
I'd take Colossal Justice over
Colossal
Tussle over Hard Justice.
Okay,
exactly.
I'll take Colossal Tussle probably over almost every TNA pay-per-view except Bound for Glory. Oh, I think Bound for Glory is probably their best pay-per-view name. Overdrive ain't it.
Overdrive is not it.
Hard to Kill.
Hard to Kill.
They turned it to Hardcore Justice.
Victory Road. Like, what is that? What is that?
You can tell Dusty wasn't naming those. That's what you can tell there.
Jerry Jarrett had no involvement in the naming of those pay-per-views.
Oh my god!
Yeah, but the Colossal Tussle.
Yeah, that's the name of our next episode.
That is the name of our next episode. In honor of the name that could have been WrestleMania 1.
The Colossal Tussle.
And by the way, I only learned that. Shout out to the Laps fan.
Yeah.
Those dudes will never hear this, but shout out to them because I've been listening to those podcasts in betweens, and I've learned more about early WWE, like those first podcasts. I've just been learning, and shout out to Don Tony, his This Week in Wrestling History, teaching me all sorts of random stuff. Like,
nice.
How insane the Colossal Tussle! I just could not get over that.
Could you imagine we'd be Royal Rumble on the road to Colossal? Somebody's pointing at the sign. I got a picture up, right? I mean, we'll talk about it. Imagine Cody's pointing at a sign, bro.
The Colossal Tussle.
Colossal Tussle goes Hollywood. Colossal Tussle 39. Could you imagine that?
No, I can't, because we'd all have been like, the hell's a Colossal Tussle?
Oh my God. What could have been? Awful. I'm glad it didn't, but it's our name for our next episode.
So shout out to that. All right, man. I'm excited. You know what? Next we'll be doing what are we planning? We're planning a watch along, right? We're gonna plan a watch along.
I think we're gonna do a watch along.
Yeah.
I think what I want to do, I don't want to ruin it, but I kind of want to do like a recap of what the year has been. Yeah. This has been a crazy year of pro wrestling, of what's happened. If you think about it. With Vince leaving,
I gotta be honest. I think this
Triple
last year has been one of the 2022 was an exciting year of pro wrestling. If we're gonna be honest, it was an exciting year. There was a lot of good in 2022.
So Vince left and came back. CM Punk came back and left. How crazy is that? Kenny Omega gets hurt. Kenny Omega gets bit by a grown man, not a dog, that he was trying to save.
The Bucks and Kenny Omega put on questionably 10,000 5-star, 7-star, 9-star matches in 1 year, one calendar year. AEW literally broke the scale of all wrestling because they
kept getting 5-star matches after 5-star matches.
Yeah, so AEW broke the wrestling scale in 1 year.
It's been
GCW has become in some weird way. They become a player.
Yeah, I would say a major player in the independent scene. in Independence.
Okay. A major.
They're nowhere. Listen, until
I read a thread this morning that was
Oh, boy.
arguing for they are taking the place of they're slowly creeping up on Impact, and they're gonna that if Impact's not worried, they need to start because GCW is creeping up on Impact.
Says who? This one guy in the basement? Like,
bro, it was a
GCW
thread
has
that
no TV.
that
this
people
is different. Oh, I'm not getting into that. I'm not getting into that.
For $5 a month. It was a decent argument for $5 a month.
Okay.
You're getting more for $5 than you get because think about it. To watch Impact, how do you watch Impact? You have to pay the $2.99 anyway.
What do you mean?
Right? You have to pay. Don't you have to pay $2.99 for Impact Plus or whatever to watch their shows?
I don't know. Let's Google it.
I don't know. I don't know how to watch it. I'm pretty sure that was part of the argument. Was that apparently you have to pay to watch the show anyway?
The pay-per-views or
no to watch the
TV?
I guess the pay-per-views and the TV.
Well, right now I can watch right now for free if I want. I think Impact's for free.
No, Impact. I thought you have the subscription for Impact.
It says watch now for free. I'm about to watch Impact right now. So
on their website.
On their website, ImpactWrestling.com.
The most current episode.
That I'm not sure, but I got it up right here. Impact, please don't come for us. It's only 30 seconds. Okay. February 2nd. It's tomorrow.
Now. Oh, interesting. Okay. Oh.
So I think
I stand corrected then. I stand corrected.
Watch now for free.
Because that was part of the argument that part of the argument that I read about in the basement today was that they were arguing for is that you have to pay to basically watch Impact in their pay-per-views. So because to watch a pay-per-view, you have to pay you have to pay to watch it.
Of course.
So for $5, $5 a month, GCW is cheaper.
Okay.
The same idea of variety of wrestlers, right? They both offer you variety of wrestlers, etc.
Mm-hmm.
But you get blood, death matches, swearing, all the things the other places can't do, they can do.
Okay.
And every card is technically a dream card.
Bro.
So Impact, why would you choose Impact over that?
Impact is $8 a month.
GCW is cheaper.
Impact also gives you the archives. All the guys.
GCW gives you for $5. GCW can watch the last 2 years, every show they've done for the last 2 years.
That's not archives. That's the last 2 years.
It's their.
We're talking.
Classic.
They got classic Impact. 2010.
Clearly, Dr. Frank, we can't. I can't clearly, in that respects, argue. I can't argue the point on behalf of
brother. Does GCW have Hulk Hogan? What about?
No, I think
our
Hogan,
guy Desmond Wolf.
I think, isn't he? Wait, shout out to Ric Flair and to Hogan. But that's when Hogan came out. Remember when Hogan?
This is when they tried to compete.
January 4th.
February 4th, right here. No, January 4th. You're right. Wow, this is weird. We didn't even do this on purpose.
Total nonstop Hogan. Shout out to the Laps fan. They're doing an entire breakdown of every single Hogan appearance on Impact. And my brain has been exploding at the stuff. Yeah. Look at Flair.
Now you're talking to God. Okay. I might have to get this for $8 a month.
See?
Just to watch. They might have sold me.
Talking yourself into a shoot here.
This is the Impact that I'm always talking about. This was the Impact because it was just WWE or the Indies, and then Impact.
But wasn't the better Impact right before this though? Before Hogan came in,
before Hogan said, "Ooh, I can make money off this." It was
definitely
Hogan
decided, but because this is when Impact was drawing $1 million consistently, like getting.
This is when they were still on Spike. They were still on Spike doing this.
Yeah,
they didn't turn blue either. Because see the old red with the 6 side. That's the old logo. Once they turn blue, they become Impact Wrestling and all that stuff. So, dude, this is the Jay Lethal Flair feud, bro. This is the promo right here.
Yep.
Right? Where he's that's my line. It's my line. Woo, the woo off and all that, bro. Come on.
Oh man.
D'Angelo De Niro. Listen,
man.
Ray, your favorite.
This is when the Nasty Boys were fighting against Team 3D.
Hardcore justice, brother. Hardcore justice, brother.
A lot in Hogan's first year.
This is 1 year.
So much.
Jesus. I'm about to get Impact Plus. I'm not putting it on anything though. I'm just saying it, okay? I'm just saying it out loud. Listen, it's funny we just went on that tangent about Impact. We were worried about not having enough material, but I knew this was going to happen.
Point being, outside of your nostalgia,
Yeah,
you could argue for $5 a month.
yeah, that's right. We're
And
talking about
that's the reason I
VCW.
bring this up. Dude in the basement, like I said, because you were like, oh, but you could argue for $5 a month.
Is that on Fight?
Yep, Fight Plus. It's Fight Plus, and you get access then to also other crap on there, whatever. But for $5 a month, you could argue that GCW is slowly catching on them heels, brother.
You know me, I'm not a fan.
But no. But most of the other comments that were like, "You're an idiot," were saying what you said. It's not TV.
Yeah,
So you can argue that Access TV. If you have TV and no one can find you,
yeah.
if you have TV and no
are
one
you
can
on the
find
air?
you, are you on the air?
Yeah, that's a fact. I'm not gonna. You can't, but simply because production, money.
You know, I only bring this up to you because,
of course,
I love to get your reaction to
you
things
love
I
to
read
get
in the basement.
That's right. You want to trigger me. That's all.
All right, Swerve, relax. You're being the realist right now. You're being too real right now.
I don't want you to get me re-triggered. Ain't that right, Parker?
Yeah.
Ain't that right, Trench?
And what did Trench do? Trench was like, grrr.
He went, hell yeah. He sounded like Dr. Dre.
But my favorite part was hoodies up. No one moved.
Nobody did this or
how was it? Was like, hoodies up.
And nobody did that. It was like, oh, okay. You can't do that with the headphones on. Cause see, like mine, it's still you're out. Here's Vern looked like he got a basketball in his hoodie right now. Okay, all right, we're half an hour in now, and we haven't even talked about the first topic. Just when we thought we were going 2 hours today, it's not happening. It's not happening. Okay, let's talk about Jay. Let's update on Jay.
Yeah, no. All kidding aside.
Again, we spoke about Jay 2 weeks ago. He passed. He literally passed the day we were getting ready to shoot the show.
Yeah,
right? No, the night before. I don't want to get that wrong. The night before. Rest in peace to Jay Briscoe. Unfortunate turn of events, car accident. I want to update. You can correct me if I'm wrong. I think his children are doing better, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, they've been improving. Everything I've heard about them last I saw the update, they were improving. Yeah.
Yep. I know we didn't mention this, but they shut down the school. I think for like a day or two when that happened.
They did, yeah.
Because I think the mother is like a part of the school district somehow. I don't know if she's a teacher or something, but some kind of administrator. But she's like big. The woman who was
killed was a teacher. No.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, the woman who was killed was a teacher.
Oh,
and so
wow. R.I.P. to her too. I know we always talk about Jay.
So that was the only update I was going to offer, is that that there was, as always in these situations, there was a small, very vocal, very rude element of the IWC who was angry at this woman and her family.
Mm-hmm.
And the pews, shout out to them.
Okay.
They use their platform to say, hey, in lieu of sending us flowers, please would you send donations to that family on behalf of them who also lost someone in their family.
Loved one too. Absolutely.
Yeah, who lost a loved one in there.
Whether or not it's this person's fault, that person's fault, 2 lives were lost. It doesn't matter.
And so I thought it was a class act on behalf of the pews to do that and direct people to send funds to her. I can't think of her name right now, so I don't. If you could find a name to share her name, but if not, that's all right too. But
I was getting the maybe
I don't want to misquote.
I was getting the funeral service up.
Oh, okay.
Just to have play in the background and stuff. There's some great photos in this.
Yeah, man. Look, and there's some great stories too. Like Mark, if you haven't had a chance to watch it, Mark really told some great stories during his eulogy. His father told some touching stories.
I'll let this play.
It was cool. It was cool, man. It wasn't.
What am I looking at here right now? Is that a water shoe and a flip flop?
Yeah, man. Yeah, his brother. Great stories. It was just loving. He really told stories of a loving man who loved his children, loved his family.
Absolutely. And again, to lose your life the way it happened. I mean, to lose your life, period, is awful. But to lose your life the way it happened, it affects almost everybody on a grand scale. Like I said, it affected me watching as a same age as he is with a daughter. It hit me different. I think if I didn't have a daughter, I'd be like, man, this sucks. It sucks. It's tragedy. But like being a father, it's like, oh man, like, whoa. Wait a minute. But again, I feel like I'm repeating myself. But
but it was it was very touching. So if you get a chance, you should watch it. You could listen to it.
I wanted to put it right here. This is This is how you get access to it. You could
Yeah,
type
it's
in.
the Laurel School District is the name of the account that has the video on there.
And it's the
And
Jamin
Jamin Pugh
Pugh
Funeral
funeral service.
Service is the
Those
title
are
of the
for all the
video.
listeners. Yep.
Yeah. So if you get a chance, watch it. It's about, how long is it?
It's an hour and 44, but a lot of it doesn't go that long. So like, I think they were filing people in and getting the ceremony started. It starts after half an hour. That's what I put here. And then I'm just gonna skip real quick just so you can see,
There's
so the people can
Caprice.
see.
There's his father right
His
there, Papa
father.
Briscoe.
Yep.
They told some very cute, very sweet stories, and
Mark's
there's his
here.
brother.
Yep, Mark's here. Mark talks for a little while, and I think I didn't watch this, so the gentleman in the maroon shirt I think finishes. He just the closing statements, right?
Yeah, he was like the presiding minister something.
Okay. So yeah, he closes it, and then it's a good hour. I would say it's a good hour and 10 minutes of watch.
Okay.
If you don't want to watch any of this stuff in the beginning with the pictures looping and stuff.
Yeah, and it's sweet. It's the pictures of him with his kids.
Yeah, him being the family man we didn't get to see. Because we saw, badass Jay Briscoe reach for the sky, boy, and all that. Oh, wait a minute. Speaking of that, there's something we need to do.
Fact.
You ready? Are you ready for the reveal?
Man. Oh yeah.
We're gonna do just like we do the match meets. We're gonna do 3, 2, 1. Oh, you just go like this. I gotta pull. I gotta take the headphones off. I gotta do the whole pullover deal.
Oh man, we're gonna do all that. Oh nah.
Now we're gonna have to. I'm taking this hoodie off. We're gonna show
all right,
okay.
cool.
All right. Ready? 3, 2, 1. Hey, yes, sir. Oh, it was a pullover for you too. I thought it was a regular hoodie. My fault. So we did not tell any lies. This for the audio listeners. We did not tell any lies when we said we were going to buy those shirts.
Sure.
I bought it the next day. I think Vern bought it the same exact day or the day after, and they showed up today.
Yeah.
So like
it was serendipitous. It was serendipitous.
Shout out to Pro Wrestling Tees.
Yeah.
I'm gonna shout them out more than once, which is weird because I'll be honest. I'm not a huge fan of Pro Wrestling Tees. But that's a different story. Not for this. Not a fan of Pro Wrestling Tees, but they run the shop AEW.com website. We purchased these shirts. I purchased the shirts off of Pro Wrestling Tees.
We got these off Pro Wrestling Tees. Yeah.
Right. They have another shirt. So this shirt only gave them a cut, which is like.
This is the regular merch. Yeah, this is the regular merch.
So I think the shirt was about $20 some odd. $24.99. The Briscoes will probably get like $11 or $10 out of it. So they do have this other shirt that's out, and if you ever, I know you've purchased one, Vern. I think I'm gonna get one anyway.
Yeah.
There's this one is 100% of the proceeds.
And that's the key thing there is, and if you don't know what that means they don't get money after everyone gets a cut. That means they get all of the money for the shirt, period.
Correct.
No one gets a cut of that money. They get the family.
So if you bought it for $24.99, $25 will be going to the Briscoe family.
The shipping and everything else gets kicked back to the seller. So
So
just if you're wondering what that means, why it says proceeds, not 100% a profit, because profit would mean that somebody's getting a cut, and this means that nobody's getting a cut. No one's making money off Jay except his family.
What do you think of this shirt? You a fan of the shirt? Just
so all right. Look, is it the design I would have picked for it? No, I think honestly
that's why we went with these
the ones we got. So so truth be told, we got the shirts we got because we looked at their stuff and it was like, all right, like that's a fly shirt.
Right, and we didn't wait. We didn't wait either because we could have waited for this. We could have been like, let's wait to see what AEW does.
And that's why I bought it afterwards, and I was like, oh, they came out with something for them. Like, you know what? Honestly, I just wish they would have chosen a different color. I guess I don't love the orange. That's the one thing I don't love is the orange. I
like the picture of them. The picture's cool with the little smoke. What do you want to call a graphic around him and all that? That's cool. Reach for the sky is cool. I'm not a big fan of the orange either because now
I guess I would have wished it was red and black. Why did they choose red and black?
If I wear this shirt, I got a match. I mean, I got an Orioles hat, but I've got a match now.
I was just about to tell you, I literally only have like 1 or 2 hats in my entire collection that might match the shirt. Like
black and white go with everything, dog. I could throw this shirt on with jeans, sweats, shorts.
Yeah.
It don't matter with any kind of sneakers. So I feel like that's why I feel like this one to me it's just a bit. I like the design too.
Yeah,
the drawing's awesome of them too. Yeah, that's why I wanted to get this one. But this is a nice shirt.
It's fine. As I said, ultimately, like I told you the day of, I didn't love the design, but I don't care. I was like, I bought
Yeah.
the shirt to support
You
the
bought it to
fam. The
buy it.
shirt, yeah,
They
the
get
shirt,
all of the money. That's why I think I'm
yeah,
gonna do the same
the
too. Yeah, I
shirt can
agree.
get folded up, and I told you the shirt can get up doing nothing with it. That's fine. I don't mind.
Right. You as long as that money went to them,
Yeah,
because like I said on the last show, people were doing fake GoFundMe's and stuff like that to the point where they did something like
give
a
send, yeah,
GoFundMe,
give
but
send go. They did a give
thank
send
you.
go.
Thank you. Give
Yeah.
Send Go. I was trying to remember the other website name
Mhm.
because so many people were going on GoFundMe making scam pages, which is sad that in this day and age that
Bruh,
somebody passes away that's famous and you try to make money off of it when you have nothing to
man,
do with the family. And like that's not what that's for. It's wrong.
man, like I told you, look. So a shout out to all the eBayers who the second the Briscoe the Jay died were on eBay gouging
His
10-year-old
DVD.
DVD
Oh my
prices.
god.
Shout out to y'all because
It's
it's
sad to
physical
be honest.
media. In a world
Right.
where y'all are trying to get people with physical media, bro, like, come on,
Right.
man.
I mean, look how we're doing this. If we did this 10 years ago, we'd have to be in the same room together
Mhm.
on a digital format tape, like a DAT tape or something like that, that would have to
Yeah,
record this. And then we'd have to wait for it to get mixed, edited, cut, and send up on its way.
yeah.
Now we are doing this remotely. So why are you
It's
trying to sell physical DVDs of this man because he's passed away, he's never going to wrestle again, so you're going to try and cash out now? But it's sad, really.
yeah. I mean, it's I understand it. And as somebody who's gone to Comic-Con and listed something I bought with the all sole purpose of flipping it for the next day,
Mhm.
right? I get it, but
That's different, though.
it's weird. It's just
Yeah,
weird. Wrestling
doing
fans are
it,
so
yeah.
weird.
What they did is tasteless. That's the difference.
Yeah, it's just
You
it's
went to a convention and decided to sell what you got at the convention. Okay, no
yeah,
value to you. I'm gonna sell it. Maybe value
yeah.
to someone else. This is somebody who passed away. You weren't selling it until then. Now all of a sudden, when this man passed away, you want to be reactive and try to move it on, which is great. Which is a great segue.
Oh
I
man.
don't know if he's being reactive after death.
Yeah,
So let's talk about what happened on AEW Dynamite
sure.
last week or two last week, 2 weeks
Yeah, it's
ago.
2 weeks ago.
2 weeks ago. No, last week.
No, it was last week. Yeah,
It
it
was
was
last
last
week.
week.
Mark Briscoe was
The Briscoe ban was lifted.
yes, let's just be quick about
Call
it.
it for what it is. The Briscoe ban was lifted.
Briscoe ban was lifted. Briscoes could never work. If you don't know what we're talking about, I think we mentioned it on the podcast before. Now that we're almost a year in, go back in the archives and go find it somewhere. I don't know what episode it is,
Mhm.
but we mentioned that we could never see the Briscoes on AEW television because the media company, Warner Brothers Media, right, did not want them on there.
Didn't I predict? I said, "Yo, the Briscoes will work it on AWTV in 2023." I think that'll be the year.
You
I feel like
made a
I made some
prediction of that,
prediction
but
like that.
I don't think this was the kind of
This
prediction
that's
you
what
were
I said. I was like,
talking about.
I'm smiling, but I was like, this wasn't it though. I didn't want
I
this
think
to be
you
the
did
reason they were being
because
on
I think
our
we
TV.
were saying, you know what, eventually they're just going to see
Yeah,
the
you
value these
can't
guys have. You
deny
can't
what these
deny it.
guys bring. Yeah.
Right. So yeah, and now what they did was the Briscoe ban got lifted.
Mhm.
Mark worked Jay Lethal, and they had themselves a phenomenal match. Those guys,
Yeah.
they
And
might
they
as well be
requested
brothers.
it. That's the
Right.
other part that's important is
That's
they
the cool
requested it.
about it.
Yeah.
They requested it. They
And
wanted to do this for
Tony
Jay.
granted it to them, which shout out to
Saint
Tony
Tony,
Khan. Look,
Saint
shout out to
Tony.
Saint Tony. As much as
Mm,
I get on Tony, when you do something good, Tony, good guy, Tony, you deserve your praise.
Yeah,
When you
W
act like
Tony.
a child, you also deserve your chastising. So
Yeah,
shout
Tony
out to
Khan.
you.
So I'll just show some clips, some not clips, pictures.
Some stills,
Yeah,
yeah.
some stills. Thank you. Audio listeners, we got the match just about to start here between Mark and
All
Jay.
right. Yo, and you could see the
Place had a
emotion.
swell. Yeah, they
Yeah.
were both
Oh
about to tear up.
man, you could
Yeah.
see Jay Lethal was fighting the tears back the
Oh
whole
yeah.
time. It was gut wrenching.
Because they knew what they were doing this for. And it's like
Yeah.
it sucks why we're doing this, but
Oh, 100%.
let's go put on a show for him. That's how I looked at it. Because we had, I'm not sure again, I hate when I do this, but I'm spinning it back to myself.
Sure.
We had a wrestler pass. I don't know if you weren't around for it. You were around for him in the beginning. But he passed when like me and Shay were starting to develop as a tag team. Kevin Strider. You remember Kevin
Oh
Strider?
yeah, yeah, yeah. I do remember.
Scat Man.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah. The Scat Man.
Didn't I go to his memorial show? Or I was at his memorial show?
No. That's what we were doing. That's what I was gonna say. We did the memorial show. You weren't there for that one.
No, okay.
Davey Cash ran that memorial show. And we were involved
Oh,
in a
I think I was
four-way.
supposed. Now you're saying. I think I was
I think you
supposed,
were
but I had another
supposed to be.
booking or something.
It
Okay,
was
okay,
it
okay.
was late Saturday. You couldn't make it. It
Yep,
was
yep, yep,
last
yep,
minute,
yep.
but
I
you
was
couldn't
booked.
make it.
Okay, okay.
So we did the show, and there was a lot of emotional workers just on
Sure.
the outside. Like one guy, I remember I could hear him. He was just while the video was playing of him, I could just hear, that
Mm,
I gotta
yeah,
that kind of deal. So, I mean, the impact that Kevin Strider left on all those guys clearly was felt that day. And doing the
sure.
memorial, and I did my match. It was the kind of match Kevin Strider would have liked, and that's why we were the ones to do it. It was fatal four-way tag team match cluster. Us when I say
Car
us, me and
crash.
Shay. Yep, a car crash. Me and Shay. Uh, oh man, the Minutemen back then. We're talking Mike Montero, the Influence, Mike Montero and
Yeah,
Jason Devine,
you're taking us
and
back.
the Monster Max, the Mac Attack.
Shout out to the Monster Max.
All dudes who were cool with Kevin Strider. Kevin Strider was my
Yeah.
first independent wrestling match, so it hit me different as well. So, and you were there for my first
Yeah,
indie
yeah, yeah,
match
yeah, yeah.
against Kevin Strider when you told me take that shirt off under your singlet. You look stupid. Take that shirt off. And I said, nah, man, I don't want to. And then y'all convinced me and I took the shirt off and I did fine. But I was doing this deal, that deal. Gotta hide the moves. But anyway, we did the match and we had like a curtain call at the end. We all hugged each other.
Mm,
Tommy Trainwreck was in tears
mm,
towards the end of the match. In
mm.
tears. I think they went over, if I'm not mistaken. I can't remember. It doesn't matter. But he was in tears towards the end of the match. Jeremy, Jason Devine, I love you guys. Mike's, I love you, bro. Everybody's hugging each other in the middle. Crowd's happy. I just like the fact that AEW went out of their way to do this. This is Mark getting the pinfall over Jay.
Yeah.
To do this, I love this little promo he cuts at the end here too, at the end of his match. Talking about Jamin, I love you, brother. I love you. Like he didn't know what to say either. But I love that AEW, and you don't hear that a lot from us. I love that AEW. You don't hear that a lot out of this show. I love that AEW went out of their way. Granted, it was reactionary instead of putting these guys on when they should have been on, but they still got it done, and they were still able to do something not prideful. Help me out here, Vern. What's the word I want to use? They still did something good, something
Classy,
generous,
something classy, something
Thank you.
tasteful. They did
Thank
something
you.
tasteful. They did something very, very much in honor of Jay, and I think that they paid the respects to him in a way that was honorable, that a
Mhm.
way that was respectful of him and his memory. And again, it was a classy move. It was a A1 classy move on behalf of AEW.
Yep.
Um,
You can see the shirts in the background. Bucks are wearing them. I
yeah.
think this is Matt here, Sanjay.
Listen,
They're
it was a
all
class act. The night it happened on NXT, they mentioned it on NXT, which I thought was
yeah.
a class act. That
Triple
they
H
met,
even put out a tweet. It was
man, the
big.
whole wrestling world put out so much love for the homie.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
And it was sad. So yeah, we just wanted to update you on that real quick. Shout out to AEW
Yeah.
for
Listen,
doing what they did.
we got it
for
right. We got to
Jimmy.
show them love when they deserve it.
Absolutely, and they
And
deserve
we
it
got to
this time.
pan them when they deserve to get panned.
Oh, absolutely. We'll call them out without a doubt. So that's all I wanted to talk about with that. I'm ready to move on to the next topic.
All right, man. Yeah, let's move.
Let's talk Rumble, brother. What a Royal Rumble, huh?
Yo,
What you think?
one of the most I haven't had fun like that in ages watching a Rumble.
Right. So we've been doing the Royal Rumble game. I came up with this game because everybody was doing the pick your number, lottery, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, nah, let's just do it random, and came up with the Royal Rumble game. And since we've been doing it, I think we've been doing it. This is probably the 5th or 4th year we've been doing it between me, you, and a couple of the guests that we'll have next week. We were all in on the game. My wife's in on the game. Now my daughter gets numbers because she wants to play, stuff like that. It's very cool. That's what was keeping me interested during these Rumbles were the game. The game was a sidebar.
Oh yeah.
To the Rumble, both Rumbles. I love the men's Rumble. I guess we're gonna talk about it first because it was the first match. I love the men's Rumble. Because it felt like an indie Rumble for a long time. Like just go out there, just like you was talking about it earlier. I'll let you mention it earlier. What you mentioned off air. Just go in there, go do your thing, pick a pick a spot. And remember that's what you was talking about.
Yeah.
Pick a
Oh,
spot.
oh man. So that
And do your thing. Right. I
the
love that.
indie
I love that.
vibes were 1,000% because everyone that came in, right, was like, yo, all right, you got a minute. Basically, you get your entrance, and then you got about a minute 30 where I don't know, you got that hole in your lip. A minute 30
Bro.
where we're gonna let you shine. And like every person that came out either got a bunch of offense in, they get spot with one person, spot with everybody, or they would point at the sign. Because we
Yeah.
had a bunch of sign points tonight.
Wait, can you see me pointing?
And can I, did you hear? Did I send you that Triple H quote for this? Did you see the media scrum post? I'm skipping here, but did you see the media
That's
post?
fine. That's fine. You can.
Yeah.
It was background noise for me. I'll be honest. It was
Okay.
background noise. I had it on.
Did
But it
you
was background noise.
hear what Cody said about people who making fun of when you like he said so he basically to sum it up, but he basically was like, yo, before I did it, I would have been one of the people making fun of all the folks who point at the sign and like it's a meme, pointing at the sign.
Yeah.
And he was like, it's a joke until you're the guy standing in the ring pointing at the sign.
Yeah.
And you're pointing because you just won the Royal Rumble.
Right. It's a bit. It's meaningful. The
And
sign
then
point is
Triple
meaningful.
H, after that, Triple H doubled down on it. And he was like, dudes, people who make fun of it are people who know they'll never do it.
Right.
He was like,
Absolutely.
you're making fun of it because you'll never get the chance to even point to
Point.
it in ring.
Right.
He was like, so it's easy to make fun of.
Of
And I
course.
was just like, ooh, I was like,
It's a deep cut.
man, what up? What
Listen.
up? And also, H said during the scrum, the thing about the Royal Rumble, right, is that you don't just remember the winners, but you remember people that have moments and people that stand out.
It's
And
it's
talking
like a
about,
it's like a mini mania in a match because everybody's got WrestleMania moments during the show.
yeah,
You got your Royal Rumble moment, right? Everybody, we were talking about him earlier. Kofi. Kofi's got the thing where he tries to be Spider-Man and try to keep his feet off the ground. It hasn't
okay,
worked the past couple of
but
years,
can we also
but
just say part of having a moment is not
repeating it over
choreographing
it
it
and repeating it over and over.
and doing it to the
Right.
point it's just like, all right, like Kofi, you'll never hear this, but
Yeah.
brother, please just don't do it one year. Just go out there, and if it presents itself, sure. But
Do you
like,
think
man, it was heartbreaking.
maybe he's typecasted? Like,
It was,
hey, Kofi, make sure
of
you got a
course, right?
spot.
Because everyone says, "Oh, Kofi." They always
Kofi's in the
replay it, and it's
Rumble.
fun.
Yeah.
But like, dude, it was heartbreaking to see him hit that chair and
Hit the
then
floor.
smash his head against the table,
Yeah.
and then just
Yeah.
hit the floor. Because him laying there was like, if you could sum up disappointment in a moment, it's him laying there just holding his head and just being like, yeah, so I was supposed to land on this chair and do this whole cool thing, right? Talking about pointing at the what are you picking?
That's your moment.
Kofi's was gonna be, I'm gonna land on the chair and have this cool save and do this whole sequence.
Yeah.
Nope, never happens. It's just Cody. You just get this Kofi laying there and it's like sadness. I was just sad for him because it was like, and
Yeah.
part of me was just wanting to be like, why do you have to do this?
You don't. He
You
doesn't. At this
don't.
point, he doesn't.
Exactly. You're
I would.
already a Hall of Famer. Like, you
Yeah.
already have a Hall
Yeah.
of Fame career.
I think I
You
would
have
rather
enough
him
highlights.
if he survived long. I would appreciate that more. If he survived, like he
Yeah.
went from like one, like he pulled a Gunter. Like, I mean, shout out to Gunter while we're here. Like if he pulled a Gunter and he worked almost an
Man,
hour, I would appreciate that.
man.
But Gunter, man, let's talk about Gunter, bro.
Let's
This dude.
Okay. So this is he's the only hole in your whole it was an indie rumble.
Yeah,
Gunther's the
because
only exception to the rule
right,
because Gunther never stopped working.
right.
To the point that it was popping me that I swear he was just rocking up to people and just like punch it. And then like people were just like, what the hell?
That's
And
how
like,
you work the
yo,
Rumble, bro. You're always in there
every time
going.
someone grabs it, like he was just walking over, chopping folk, punching folk, like
Mhm.
anyone that was
Not doing
near
the Shea
him.
method. Not doing the Shea method. You know the Shea method
The
of Rumbles? He
drop
does
in the
the
corner.
he does the road dog, bro. He'll hit somebody and then he'll stay in the corner and just grab a rope. I'm like, bro, if you don't get up and help me over here, it's been 40 minutes. I'm sweating. Let's go, bro.
Gunther never let up. It was the Ricky Steamboat. Always have fire.
Right.
You always got to be fighting back, right? Like, don't die.
Yeah.
At no point did I ever think Gunther was dead. And Gunther did all sorts of he took the guitar shot to the back that split him open, that cut open his back.
Cut open his back. Yes,
Why?
that's right. That's what cut his back open.
Why?
Didn't even have to do that spot.
Why did he want to say, yeah, I'll do a guitar shot spot?
Brother, let's talk. I'm gonna put his stats up.
Shoot.
Because Gunther was always working. So Gunther was the first number one in the Rumble. Lasted 1 hour and 11 minutes. He was the last man to be eliminated by Cody Rhodes. I love the story of 1 versus 30 in the Rumble. They didn't just work a Rumble spot. They then began to work a whole freaking match.
Okay.
Afterwards,
let me ask you about that. So I had two feelings on this. When I watched it originally, I didn't like it.
You poo-pooed on it, didn't you?
I poo-pooed on it when I saw it the first time, right?
Because I was at first too.
Because there was a point where Cody hit him with the dragon screw on his leg, where Cody dragon screwed his leg
on the apron
before the Shattered Dreams, right?
Yes, I hate that spot too, by the way.
The crowd was on their feet. They were ready for Cody to win, and then he sets up Shattered Dreams, and I was like, oh no. No, you pulled an AEW. I was like, you pulled right there. I was like, no, you did it. You had them, and like the Acclaimed, you had them. Go home. Why are you still going? Let it go. But and so I didn't like, and the match ended, and I was like, I was happy. When I watched it the second time, when the crowd goes mental when he loses it, right? And here's the other thing: was Gunther, the way Gunther takes the rope. Gunther turns to take. He doesn't take his back. He doesn't
backwards.
He doesn't like. And I heard a lot of people poo-pooing it.
Big boys don't like doing that, bro.
I heard a lot of the internet. I was paying attention to you, IWC. Y'all were poo-pooing it, saying he was giving it away. Nah,
no, he wasn't.
Watch Gunther. He always turns and takes it. He doesn't like going back.
He Kurt Angles. It doesn't like always turn. So I'll tell you.
I was just about to say, who else does it? Kurt Angle. So IWC, who was like, he turned around and gave it away. Kurt Angle did the same thing. He doesn't like going backwards over the ropes. Not everyone likes to go over the ropes backwards.
Let me see one of those smart M words.
Do you want me to I'll screenshot him for you.
No. I said, let me see them.
Take it.
Go over the top backwards. Rely on your hand placement to post on the apron to brace your fall. I've never done that in the 13 years I've been around a professional wrestling ring. If I'm gonna get eliminated, I am watching my face go over the ropes as I take my hand and post on the apron. Okay?
I'm taking the rope like Hogan. I'm taking the rope on my side, and I'm getting ready to go over and go whoop and hold on because my fat self is going over. And I'm making sure I'm not gonna break my ankle by slamming myself into the damn edge of the ring. Right. So I'm making sure my hand is posted and I'm going over, but I'm taking it like Hogan in the 80s, brother. I'm going over and I'm going like
the pros make it look easy going over the top backwards. It is not okay. You need to have a lot of trust in yourself. Okay.
There we go.
So Gunther didn't give it away. No. So Gunther turned and then went over when it was time to go over.
And that's the joy of talking to someone who's still doing it, is that, man, the amount of there it is. Yeah. Listen, you're going to cut me off and show me Cody. I lost my mind like I was 10 years old again to see Cody win, because I want to see Cody win the belt that his daddy lost in the Garden.
Yeah.
That's all I want to see. The culmination. I can't tell you. I was with my parents. I explained to my parents the story of Cody Rhodes. I was 10 again. I see my parents sitting there, both of them being like, is he really? And I was just like, listen, no. You guys asked this question why I was so excited. You're going to have to hear this now. I was like,
now you're invested. You're going to listen.
I was like, and I'm going to give you details that you need to know to make this whole thing make sense.
Yeah.
I started talking about Cody, Dusty Rhodes working Billy Graham in the Garden in 77. I pulled up the original card in my book of stats.
I said,
let me tell you. Yes, I said, let me tell you what the card was that night, folks. And let me tell you what they drew. What the folks came that night to see Dusty almost win the belt at the Garden in a 2 out of 3 pinfalls match against superstar Billy Graham. All right,
Billy Graham. That's right.
Either way, when Cody won, I lost. I fanned out. I felt like I was a kid again. As cliched as that is, I was just like, yes.
So the gripe,
Oh man, I was happy Cody won.
the gripe with it fans, I'm not gonna say internet fans, is it was too predictable. It should have been. It could have been
You
anybody
know what I
else.
hate? I know, but you know, can I tell you what else I hate?
Hmm.
When Batman wins at the end of the show. I hate that. Oh
Damn
my
it!
god.
Superman wins again.
I hate when
Vern.
Iron Man wins and when the prince gets the princess at the end of the book. I hate that.
Right. So
K-
so
Shout out
here's
to people who say it's predictable because you know what? You must really hate those Marvel movies where they always
where they
win
always
at
win at
the
the
end.
end. Oh, you really thought Thanos was gonna win this one,
You must,
huh?
you must really hate
Right.
those Marvel movies.
So I'm looking at it like this.
Oh,
This was a very good men's rumble. Almost every player that was in the rumble, besides like I'm looking at the list.
okay, low
Logan
key.
Paul.
Okay, I was gonna say, wait, low key people. Shout out to Miz, because Miz Sheamus and Gunther. When Miz ate the chop,
Yeah.
comedy spot, little haha.
Yeah,
Then
yeah.
Gunther was in the corner. Gunther moves. Miz eats the punch.
Yeah, Miz,
Miz
I'm
was
telling you.
selling.
What did I
Shout out to
say?
Miz.
Well, yes,
Shout out to
yes.
Miz.
Miz, the prototypical WWE heel, the best heel in the business right now. Okay. I don't want
Yo,
to hear anybody else say it. It's the best heel. Okay, maybe Roman. Roman at this point. We'll talk about why in a little bit. But Miz is a close second as the top heel in the business. Okay. So I was gonna say that we were talking about it being predictable, right? If Cody Rhodes didn't win this Rumble, who does? A Seth Rollins? Uh, I
in
mean,
storyline, all right. So in storyline, if I had to rebook that and Cody doesn't take it, is Cody still in the Rumble?
yes, Cody's still in this Rumble. Cody's still in this Rumble, and he does
Okay.
not win.
So
How do you
Cody's
book
still in
that?
it. We still have the last final four. So we have the last, so
You
same
have
final
Cody,
four,
you have Logan, you have Seth and
Gunther and
Gunther.
Seth.
Yep.
Okay, so you have those four. If I'm rebooking it, then
Sorry, my phone's
Seth,
ringing.
logically Seth. If I'm being Tony Khan, then of course Logan Paul.
We
Because
just 20
when
minutes ago, we just put this man over you.
because when Logan Paul, ready? Look, I'm gonna point at my sign. When Logan Paul did this,
Oh, the heat. Yeah, the heat. Oh,
does it
boo.
look like I'm looking at my sign?
It literally looks like it's right next to you. That's what's great about it. The Somoza sign. It's great.
Yo, when he pointed to that sign,
Heat. Like, we don't want you to win.
I was waiting for a knife to hit the ring. Excuse me, a fan to hit the ring and knife him. I was
Oh,
like,
yeah.
someone's gonna stab Logan Paul because they're
Oh.
like, yo, Logan, you need to cut it out. Like,
Oh, for sure. Oh, for sure.
wait.
Logan gets heat.
Speaking of Logan, can we talk about the gorilla commercial?
Can I find it? Hold on.
Can we talk about the gorilla
I bet it's on
commercial
his
and the
Instagram.
spot? Can we talk about the spot?
I bet he's on his Instagram. Oh, we can talk about
Are we okay? So
the spot. There it is. Talk about it.
is this becoming the new Kofi? Is he trying to become the new Kofi with this? And I
So,
just mean as in, are we now to expect? Is this the new Shane McMahon? Right? Are we now to expect Logan has to do some? We're gonna go viral now moment, and we're all like, and when we're gonna. By the way, could you go back to the picture real quick?
Hmm?
So Braun is watching, Gunther's watching, Seth is watching. Cody's the only one who's like, "Nah, I'm good."
Cody's selling.
Austin
That's Theory.
Theory's selling.
Theory's down, but he's got an eye up at it. I
Yeah,
see a
but
little 20 minutes
my
in there.
man, Braun Strowman is straight up like, "Oh, this is cool."
This is cool. Look at these flippy dudes do this flippy stuff that I was trying to talk smack about. Wow. Well, you you like that stuff when you get caught watching, no matter
Yo,
what you
your
say
man's like,
online. All right, look at him. Look at. I wish I could zoom in on it. He's like, For the
I didn't
audio
notice
listeners,
that.
we have the spot of I'm not calling it a spot, the stunt of
It was a
Logan
stunt.
Paul and Ricochet colliding mid-ring from a springboard off opposite ends of a 20-foot ring. Again, I said this while we were watching it. I was watching it with you weren't on. You had busy that day, but I was watching it with Shay and my brother, the big boss man. And I said, if Ricochet and Carmelo Hayes didn't happen, that spot doesn't happen. I don't believe that spot happens because I don't believe Ricochet has the confidence to get across the ring like that with the ease that he did when he worked Carmelo. So once he did it live with Carmelo, granted it was NXT, he's like, man, I could bring something like this to the main stage, and they just smacked and fell to the ground. It was insane.
Shocker, right? Something that was done on NXT, and he did it on NXT with Melo. I was about to ask you, do you think who's do you like better, him and Melo or him and Logan Paul?
As the spot wise. And here's what I'm gonna do, because every time we seem to use Instagram, we don't get in trouble. So I'm gonna let it go. No audio. I'm just gonna let it play.
Yeah.
I think we're gonna get away with it.
So okay. So just in terms of the setup. Okay, the setup.
Hold on. Before you go on, I want to answer your question.
Go ahead.
Definitely Ricochet and Melo spot, because it was in the psychology of the match. They were working each other. Then they both decided to springboard crossbody each other, and they collided. This was just, what do you want to do this right now? Let's do it then. Yeah. And then they collided and yeah.
What was this supposed to be? Double flying clotheslines? Because at least Melo Ricochet were cross bodies. What was this? It's a clothesline, I guess, right? Like in a way.
It looks cool. Okay, that's the answer.
I mean, the sound of their bodies
colliding
smashing together was insane.
I was convinced Logan Paul smacks his. Yeah, he does. He absolutely does smack his head on that bump, because his butt hits first and then the rest of his body. Watch it one more time. They're up. Watch his head. Bam.
Oh,
he cannot tell me he wasn't seeing stars there.
Ooh. It makes sense. It makes sense why he rolled out and he sat on the outside on the floor.
Oh, yeah.
I never picked up on that after that. Yeah. I wondered where he was after that bump. I see why.
He was out there for a while, then he did, and then the commercial you asked for, he did
the gorilla commercial.
The gorilla. I was trying to find it. It's not on his Instagram.
Oh, come on.
Let me try Twitter. If it was on his Instagram, it was definitely a gorilla commercial.
I'm mad it's not
so
there.
Explain what you're talking about until I find it.
So after that spot, we for those who didn't see, after the springboard, 20-foot ring, springboard, two guys collide mid-center ring. Logan, I didn't notice it until Frank just pointed out, smashes his head on the ground. He rolls out and he's just sitting on the floor as many people do during matches, which I don't know why. That's the thing now, but he's sitting outside in the ring, and then allegedly this video is on the screen now. A fan, and it has to be right. This is definitely a fan, right? No way.
It's fan cam. It's fan cam.
A fan cam happens to have a Prime in hand and says, "Hey, Logan."
He's a YouTuber. All right, let's remember that.
Okay, it says, "Hey, Logan. Hey, man, some Prime." And Logan just casually looks up and goes, "Hey." And Logan's a good-looking kid. From this angle, I was like, I mean, he's a good-looking kid. You can make some money with this kid's face.
Do you want me to play this 30-second clip for the viewers?
Yeah, why not? I mean,
I'll even run it for the audio listeners too.
Okay, yeah, go ahead, hit it.
All right, here we go.
Logan, I love Prime, man. Hey, let's go.
Gets a fist bump.
Logan, they passed some Prime to you.
Guy hands him a Prime. Logan sipping, and he's out. He's all loaded up.
It was
By the way, this is the greatest Prime commercial of all time, because was that technically that was beforehand, right? Or was it after?
That happened right before. I think he got bumped down for some reason to the outside. I can't remember.
So was that spliced together, or was that the sequence of events like Logan takes that drink and then, because I thought that bump was after Logan bumped his head.
I'm not sure. We'd have to watch it back. I know you've watched it twice. I'd have to watch it again.
Yeah, I'll be honest with you. I didn't pay attention. Logan Paul, until you said the head thing, I didn't even notice he smashed his head. I
can't remember.
That spot made me roll my eyes so hard, because it was just like
you saw it coming when they were both on opposite sides. I'm like, what are they going to do from opposite sides? So, they're going to springboard into each other. But I'm like, why? That's the first thing I said about it. Like, why?
So when I had the same thought. I was like, are they just, because my thing was like, wait, are they just going to do the cross bodies? And I thought, Logan Paul's going to be able to nail a cross body and
from that far?
Well, because I thought Melo and Ricochet, when they did it, it was nuts.
Crisp. It was crisp.
But it was crisp, and it was two dudes who that's what they do.
Right, that's their thing. Yeah, for both of them.
Logan Paul, my thought is just Logan Paul is this amateur who's been doing amazing things.
There's the picture right there of
their bodies,
springboards,
bro. Oh, springboards. There it was.
From the second row. There's was springboards from the second row.
There was.
Because they were both in the ring. I think one ducked the other's line.
That's what it was.
Then they sprung board to come back for the crossbody. They both thought, you love that, right? You like my sprung board? You want me to say springboarded?
No, they sprungboarded.
They sprungboarded, right? They sprungboarded from don't laugh at my vernacular vernacular Somoza. They
Word.
sprungboarded from each now you threw me off.
opposite
Opposite ends of the rope.
Yeah.
Middle rope and met in the middle. That's why I said without this, you wouldn't have seen what you
So
saw.
technically, isn't the Logan Paul the degree of difficulty then would it be? I don't know. Is it higher than technically on the Logan Paul one? Because they would have jumped further.
I think there's more room for error because you're doing a springboard. If you don't balance yourself correctly on those ropes, you're going the other way.
Yeah,
I would say that.
So higher degree of difficulty, we'll give it to Mello and to Mello. But in terms of distance, I think technically Logan Paul flies farther because they fly from the outside in versus inside out, inside back in.
I mean, it was again.
Regardless, it was a nonsensical spot just to go, wow.
Dude, it was I need to do a viral moment. Just like you were asking earlier with Kofi.
You ready to go viral?
Exactly. Yeah. How many times when Logan Paul has a match besides his first match are my showing screenshots of him flying through the air? Him and Roman, he's flying through the air before he gets snuffed. Yeah. Him flying, we played that video of him doing a splash with the phone in his hand.
No.
Him doing this spot here with Ricochet. That's what he's here for. He's here to go viral because we know his we already broke down his social media influence that he has with all the followers and subscribers and whatever they call him now. So,
how'd you speaking to the Rumble? How'd you feel about Edge's spot with the Judgment
Day? I loved it. I loved when Beth came out as well. Beth looked great. Beth looked great.
How was the sell
from Rhea?
When Rhea Scorpioned after she sold,
and
like, Rhea Scorpioned on the tip of her toes. I was like, that right there is why Rhea's a star.
Selling.
Rhea made that freaking spear look like Beth cut her in half.
In half, yep. Cut her in half. Like she had a blade on her arm and cut her right in half.
Yo, she got up on her tippy toes. I was like,
Yep. Oh my God. It was a good spot. That's why I said there's a lot of indie stuff in the show, in the Rumble match, but the threads of the stories that needed to be told were told. The Judgment Day story,
and I gotta ask because the IWC would be upset if I didn't.
Okay,
how did you feel about Michael Cole and his moment with Dominic, saying Dominic's a piece of, and he got to and then Corey Graves said, "Hey, you can't say that. You can't say that about him. You degenerate." The internet lost their minds.
Really?
Oh my God! Michael Cole almost said Dominic, you piece of on WWE paper. Oh my God! This is the new Michael Cole. Thank you, Michael. Are you a coal miner? I'm a coal miner. I've been a coal miner since whatever the paper was that he did. Yeah, I've been a coal miner since 2013, Daddy-O.
Oh my God!
I'm not kidding. They all thought that amused the internet community that Michael Cole called him a piece of ish on camera.
That's insane. That's really, it's not that serious.
That didn't make you go tee. You didn't giggle and think that was
because a man who needs to sell emotion sold emotion. Because Dominic is acting like the word he's trying to say before Corey cut him off.
Oh,
was that when Ray came out? Then he came out with the mask. Was that time?
Well, that was when Ray was supposed to come out, and then when he came out with the mask on, that's when he almost got to the ring. That's when Michael Cole was like, "Dominic's a no good piece of." Wait. So you mean to tell me when Tony Schiavone does it about who the hell does he do it about?
MJF.
Yes.
Yeah.
You're telling me it's something
tonight.
Okay, so you're telling me you don't like it when he does it about MJF, but you like it when Michael Cole does it?
Well, sir. Yeah, I know you're not talking to me because I don't care. And you know how I feel about Tony Schiavone. Do we need to bring it up how I feel? I've had disdain for Tony Schiavone since 1996 when he called a corkscrew plancha a spinning body attack. I'm all set. Tony, good to go, brother. You know, I cut off a lot of things in 96. The New York Knicks and Tony Schiavone.
Oh,
Since the age of 12, I cut them off. Okay.
Oh man.
So, all right, let's talk about one thing real quick.
Shoot.
I want to talk about two things in this Rumble. I
Anything.
feel like we covered everything, but
Not everything, but we've covered all the things we've wanted to. Because
yeah,
I can still talk about Gable. Hey, if you didn't get a chance to watch the Rumble, y'all watch Chad Gable. He had a fun entrance.
Sheesh. I want to talk about Booker T.
Oh, Booker T was fun. Can I just real quick toss in who was one of the most disappointing ones out there?
Who?
Was it?
Is it Montez or Angelo?
No, Ford. Yeah, Ford. Ford was the most disappointing.
I was looking forward to him going to work.
Why did first of all
seconds?
Why did Ford come out with his hands taped up like he was daggone Muhammad Ali getting out there ready to shoot on everybody?
My brother, big boss man, was like, "What's he wearing? Boxing gear now?" I said, "Nah, they're just the shorts."
Dawkins did his thing.
Dawkins did okay.
Dawkins pointed at the list, and Dawkins said, "Okay, I want to do the spot where I get to hit moves on everybody in the ring." And Dawkins hit moves on everybody in the ring. Got his thing, and he was good.
Lesnar, see ya.
What did
nothing? Montez Ford did nothing.
Ford pick. What did he pick on the sign? Because
he got eliminated by the Judgment Day.
He got eliminated, landed on his feet in front of his family to take a pic. So that was it. It was just so he could take a picture with his in-laws. So is
that what that was?
That was his family. That was a shoot. Yeah, that was his in-laws. You didn't see that she had on the EST hat. Yeah, that was his family.
Oh, I don't like that.
That's what I'm saying. He landed on his feet in front of his family, and they shot them on camera.
Priest picked him up and dropped him on his feet, right?
So he could land on his feet in front of his in-laws.
Oh God, I don't like it.
That's what I'm saying. What did he point at? What was like on the screw? What's on the sign? Like, you know, they think
maybe he was the last guy to show up, and everything was already picked. So he just said, "All right, dude, you're part of the elimination squad."
Hunter was like, "Yo, bro, you got to go out quick. So what do you want? Can I in front of my family? Fine, get his family. We got to get this. We got to get front row for this one spot because they were gone after that spot. They were gone.
They were in the back. They were in the back. That's why. Right. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So then, since you didn't catch it, must not. But that to me was the weirdest.
I didn't know it was for. I didn't know it was for the fam in the front row. I remember him getting
when he got thrown out. Watch him. He leans. He goes. Oh, in front of my family. Oh man.
Jesus Christ. This is prime example that we're not fed chills or E drones. Yeah. We don't sit there and love everything the E does. Okay.
Gosh,
that's a dumb
horrible.
Spot.
It was
that's
stupid.
A dumb spot. Yeah.
How'd you feel about the butt slapping spot with the New Day?
I thought that was hilarious, but I thought, why are we doing this?
Okay, so I was like,
where's that even
Demolition,
from?
93? Was it 93 with Demolition? Was it 93 where they came in 1 and 2?
When they came in at 1 and 2 and they
beat the hell out of each other.
Yeah, they beat each other up. Yes.
Okay, absolutely. I legit was thinking, oh man, this is gonna be like Demolition. And then when they just started slapping each other's butts, and then
they were like, they're looking at the camera like, I was like, what are they doing?
And then when they just went, huh?
Yeah.
I was just like, are we watching Family Guy? What just happened?
Yeah, it was very odd.
This is a weird Family Guy jump cut joke.
Yeah.
Because then the next second, they were just like Gunther and Sheamus, right? We're standing there like waiting to hit him, which I was just like, okay, that was corny.
Awkward. That's why I said it feels very indie. Like they really didn't.
Yeah.
A lot of the, we'll just call it this. Vince's E, when Vince is in creative, everything was meticulous, it felt like, for the Rumble. Nothing was just like, go out there and go do what you want. It's like, you do this, you do this, you do this. It might have still been that way this year, but it felt very loose.
Yeah,
very like, go have fun.
Even when there was a lot of guys in the ring, I didn't feel like there was any point where I was just like, it feels like slow. Like,
yeah.
Like this is just, like guys are just like holding each other, doing the thing where you're lifting someone's leg and you're just you're sitting there doing this.
Are you tired, brother?
Yeah, I didn't feel like we got that tonight. I feel like when we did get them, it made sense. Like it kept the momentum going.
Yeah. There was, I do remember, I can't remember what spot you might, because again, you said you saw it twice. There was a spot at one point where guys were just watching and just upright and watching. I think it was when Booker T came in. Guys were just upright and watching him.
Well, Booker T came in and remember he hit 3 spots. He hit the kick, the spinner, the bookend,
spinneroonie,
and then Gunther tosses him.
Yep.
I'm trying to think of, was it guys watching there?
I think it was. I think there was some guys watching there.
Yeah.
Just sitting
Well,
in the corner and watching. I'm like, ooh.
I told you the guy who I thought had one of the worst showings, and no fault of his, was Santos Escobar. Watch Santos walk
Yeah.
in, because Santos, people were just in his way. Like, in his brain, he had a springboard spot, a Hurricane Rana spot,
And it
and
was all gone.
it was too much. Like, when he pointed at the sign, at the picture, he was definitely like, I want to do moves. But someone should have told him, no, dude. Because he goes into the ropes and Sheamus is in his way. Then
Yep.
Sheamus starts punching him, and then you
Yep.
see them just like exchanging. Like it looks like Santos almost like, move, like you're in my way. And a part of me was just like, Santos, why did you want to do Lucha Libre stuff in the Rumble?
In a Rumble. It's a Rumble, brother.
Didn't you see it didn't work out when Dagon Mil Mascaras did it? Don't you remember Mil Mascaras eliminated himself? Like, it doesn't doing Lucha stuff in the Rumble doesn't work. I got so annoyed. Yeah. So Santos Escobar had a poor showing. I thought he had a crap showing.
I just want to talk about this one more time.
What?
I just want to talk about numbers real quick.
Uh-huh.
This is the biggest one, obviously.
Sure.
Longest time in a 30-man Rumble match, 1 hour and 11 minutes for Gunther. I set the record. I just want to point out Sheamus went 52 minutes and 33 seconds. Gargano went half an hour.
Yeah.
Drew McIntyre with 39 minutes.
Can we talk about Gargano got like a popcorn fart reception? I feel like Gargano got no love. Like, his 2019 Rumble shock appearance got way more love than this one. This one was just kind of like,
I'm starting to think unless something big happens for Gargano, he's going to be stuck in catering.
Yeah. Him and Loomis, I feel like, are destined for catering at this point.
It's at this point because I don't know.
They keep trying with that gimmick and or whatever the character, the story they're trying to put together with them. But
it's
so okay.
Solid hand, but we got to connect. Got to connect.
Did you watch Raw last night? Just a sidebar for a second.
Last night,
Raw
you mean like Monday night?
I mean Monday. I'm sorry. Did you watch Raw Monday night?
I'm not gonna lie. I got to Gargano versus Baron Corbin.
Okay, fine. Did you
notice?
That what
you were talking about?
No,
I checked out.
No.
I checked out and then I fell asleep.
Just the show itself. Everyone has a second. Everyone has a second in their photos. Everyone has a second when they come out. Think of the girls. When all the girls came out, right? Damage Control came out, and then next thing you know, Candice LeRae and Michin was in behind with her.
Yep.
JBL comes out. Your boy Corbin's got JBL. Like, there's all of a sudden, a lot of people have seconds, and I don't understand.
Oh, that's what you mean by seconds. That's what you mean by seconds. Like, whether it's a valet or somebody on their team.
A valet or just having a friend
manager
come out
or
with
something.
them.
Yeah,
well, not even a manager. Like, why is Michin coming out with her? With it was like that one time when Alexa Bliss and Asuka were accompanying Bianca Bliss. Every time Bianca Bliss went somewhere, for some reason they're a trio, and it's just like,
I think it's some maybe the Triple H direction. He's a fan of strength in numbers. So if the baby face is outnumbered,
so if you didn't notice it, maybe not. So maybe next time you watch Raw, just notice that, like, when guys even in their crumbs, right? That's what they call the little picture.
Yeah.
The little picture do, even their splashes. Watch for some. I swear,
where it's like this person versus this person.
More often than not, you're seeing a guy and there's a second for whatever. And a lot of people have seconds, and I just was wondering if that was just me noticing. Okay,
no.
Back to the Rumble.
Now that you said that, I'm gonna pay more attention.
Yeah, I just feel like I saw a lot more of it than usual this week. There's a lot of people with seconds.
Okay, so
all right, so back to the Rumble.
Yeah, Drew McIntyre, 39 minutes.
Yeah, Gargano, 30 minutes.
Let's see, Seth freaking Rollins, 37 minutes.
Great performance. Seth had Dominic
did well, 25 minutes, 44 seconds.
Dominic getting heat all throughout the Rumble, picking his spots. Dominic, talk about a guy who was a most improved player. Dominic found his voice as a heel, and he has not let up.
Can we just change his name to Dominic Guerrero now?
Oh, I there's got to be another way to get heat, right?
Not for heat. He's literally Eddie, bro.
I know, but
he's little Eddie.
I'm just like, but
is that what the basement toy is talking about?
How many times a match can he do the Eddie thing, man? Like that's it. Like at this point, that's all he's doing now is just the Eddie spots, like the frogs, like
amigo. Tell me he didn't look like Los Gringos Locos with the fringe on the tights though. I'm telling
He
you,
was
he's
he
got
was
the
on his
mullet.
Gringos Locals, yo. You
He's
know
got
what? The
the
more you say,
mullet,
he
the
is on his Gringos Locals.
mustache. I'm telling you, and
Yo,
Dominic
yo,
Guerrero.
Dom looking like Eddie. I did not consider that, but Dom is looking like some AAA Eddie Guerrero. If he gets a headband on, I'm gonna be like, yo, I'm done with you,
So
kid.
he got to get a little more in the mustache. Right now, he's got like it's penciled in. Once it starts
Little
to thicken
wispiness.
up, yeah. Once it starts to thicken up, he's Eddie, bro. I'm telling you. But no, shout out to him. 25 minutes. So Cody, right? Cody came in at 30. You good?
Yeah. I'll off air. Remind me to talk about Hogan and the.
Okay. I definitely have to remind you of
Okay,
that.
just
I'm
remind me
gonna put
off air
Hogan.
because it's
I'm gonna put
because
Hogan.
I have to
Wah,
tell
wah,
you
wah.
a story, but I can't tell it on air.
Okay, sure.
Okay,
No
remind me.
problem. So Cody came in at 30.
Yes,
He's lasted
lost
15
my
minutes in
mind.
a Rumble.
Lost my
15
mind.
minutes.
When I heard adrenaline in my soul,
Adrenaline in my soul.
wrestling has more than
one
royal
royal
family.
Something, Cody Rhodes. That's how we sing it because we don't know the words. After adrenaline in my soul.
In my soul. That's all you need to know.
Yeah.
Is adrenaline.
Something, Cody Rhodes.
Oh,
That's it.
That's all you
That's
gotta
it. That's
remember.
all you need to know. I love that song too. That's one of the songs I always liked in AEW too. And it's funny. When I heard it at Mania, I was like, no, sir. Because I was hoping it was like, dashing Cody Rhodes some stuff.
No Cody Vader.
But
you did get Cody doing his deal in the Rumble. How'd you feel about him doing his spot?
what spot? The smack that joint? Or the Stardust joint.
He did the Stardust spot. He did everything but the cartwheel. I was
Yeah,
shocked he didn't do the cartwheel. But he did he did the Shattered Dreams.
Ugh. Okay, can we talk about that real quick? Can we talk about how that move makes no sense?
Okay, so I will. So that was did I say this already? That I was like that was the Tony Khan moment where I thought they were going to claim that.
No,
I didn't say this to you. That I
Nope.
thought they were going to pull that they were that. So at that point, oh wait, no, we did talk about this. Yes, we did already, right? Where we talked about the fact that I thought I was going to hate it, but then I ended up loving it.
Yes. I'm sorry.
Okay,
Yes.
all right. Yes, so we've discussed this already. All right.
Yes,
cool.
we have.
But
yeah.
I mean, so no,
No.
I didn't love it because obviously, like I told you, I thought the match should have ended. But watching it a second time, I get why. I get why
Cody
he did
gone
it
for that
because
long.
well,
he hasn't been in front of the people for that long as well.
It was like it was weird. It was like he did. Here's shout out to all the deep cut fans.
Yeah.
Shout out to all the fans who because he went for the bionic elbow.
Yep.
Like he did all the greatest hits.
Yeah.
In that last part.
Yep.
He did everything but the moonsault.
Right.
Which I'm happy he didn't go for the moonsault.
Yeah, we don't need him lighting up on fire or anything like that.
But yeah, but honestly, I thought he did. He hit the psych right. He hit the psycho kick, the whatever, the devastating kick, whatever he calls it.
Devastation, I think something like the springboard. The springboard in Enzuigiri, sure. Call it what it is. Springboard Enzuigiri. He sprungboarded.
The sprungboard kick, the Cody Cutter, the
crossroads,
flags, the crossroads.
He did everything.
So what's up with him always having to do multiple crossroads? What is that? He doesn't do one crossroad done. He has to do 3 to 4.
Maybe he feels. I don't know. I have no idea. What about his chest? All that damage he took from Gunther with all them chops.
Yo, if there's that's who was it? Oh man, who was it? Chris Benoit. After Chris Benoit got hurt, he wrestles on the pay-per-view. His first match back is like Bradshaw or somebody, but no, it was the 3D. It was the Dudley Boys.
Okay,
and he was like, guys, I need you guys to like
lay it in.
Yeah. And they were like, are you sure? And they were just like, and they like Bubba tells a story, and then Benoit was just like, no, lay it in because I need to get I can't be afraid.
Yeah, I gotta knock the rust off. If you don't lay it in on me.
And so I took it as because I was like, man, Cody, like you did not have any fear to shy away from let's do stuff to the shoulder
to the exact spot where I just got surgery on a few months ago.
I took it as that as like Cody saying yo, training wheels are off. I'm gonna do this. I'm jumping in head first, or I'm not jumping.
You know how I looked at it? fan wise sympathy
And that
throughout
too.
the
Yeah.
match. Him getting
Yeah.
it's Gunther. Gunther's been in there for an hour. Gunther's still hitting people hard. I mean, that first chop he gave Cody, it cracked throughout the arena. And it's the Alamo Dome. 51,000 people were there, and it cracked throughout the arena. And then he continued and continued, and it started to welt and get black and blue. And I'm like, okay, this is good stuff because people are going to
They
see it and,
gave us
be like,
a
oh my
match.
God, it
They
might
gave
be.
us a
Yeah.
singles match
Oh, yeah.
which is rare, right? Like I don't recall ever a Royal Rumble match that the two final competitors like
Work.
decided let's have a match.
Yeah, usually it's a little bit, and then you get to your eliminate.
Yeah.
Just like the women. The women, they did it quick, which we're gonna jump to in a little bit because we've been talking about the men's rumble for a while.
We can move. Yeah,
But
we can move on that.
let's briefly go through the other matches,
Yeah,
and
nothing.
then except the main event, we'll just go through Bray
Sure.
Wyatt and LA Knight.
Which was fine. It was what you know what? The point of this match I thought was just as cool Bray Wyatt and to see him to say, hey, he can work. He can work. He can do something. He's okay. He's not right. Just to give the fans a taste, because I don't think you could have kept teasing this freaking Uncle Howdy crap with more without him getting physically involved at some point. It was just like, dude, you're gonna have to wrestle at some point. Or I think the fans, because I feel like the fans were at the point where people were gonna start turning on it.
So you know what I said to myself, because everything in wrestling has to have a payoff.
Sure.
If you come up with an idea, Vern, you came up with this cool idea, I'm going to ask you, what's the payoff? What's going to happen in the end? Okay, what's the big payoff for this? And for a second, I said, oh, it was the Uncle Howdy spot. That's the big payoff. And then I said to myself, I said, no, that doesn't make any sense. I said, the payoff is the Mountain Dew sponsorship.
100%.
That's the payoff.
That's it.
This was a match because at first I was like, I'm invested in this. Because remember we were talking about, I said, I wasn't invested in it, but I was interested. I was like, I want to know what this pitch black match is about. What am I going to see? Is it going to be dark? Like, how are they going to do this? How are they going to figure this out? Are they going to?
I thought it was cool though. The visuals.
Remember, I said the visuals. It looked. That's the first thing I said because I was putting my daughter to sleep, and then I came back on the Xbox Live, and Shay was like, "Oh, what you think of that match?" And I was like, "I thought it looked cool." It was 5 minutes. It was just a car crash. Bray gave away the glow in the dark beads on the table because he started smacking the stuff off the table, and some of that stuff was in there. Yeah. So then once LA Knight put him through the table,
it was so cool though. Regardless, it was still cool.
It still looked cool. Yes, don't get me wrong. Everything they did the most for Mountain Dew. That's what they did. This felt like
Paul Heyman booked it.
Just like Prime had a commercial with Logan Paul. This was a commercial for all sponsors. Hey, look at this. Look what we did for Mountain Dew. Right? We did this pitch black match. We centered it around them. Look at what we did at the post media scrum, the post press conference, whatever you want to call it. Mountain Dew press conference, post conference show, whatever you wanted to, whatever they called it, but they slapped Mountain Dew all over it, and the sodas were sitting, boom, right in front of the guys. It was all about
and
Mountain
Cody
Dew.
Drank. Cody was the only one that tasted.
Did he?
Yeah, he started off the thing, and he sat down. He said, "Guys, can we just try this?" He's like, "We're just trying. I'm gonna try this. I'm gonna try it." And he tried it. Yeah, and he said it was really good.
Trying to get a sponsorship. I see. Trying to get a commercial in. Hey, get in where you fit in. But yeah, once I saw that, and I was like, oh, it was just a cash grab. I said, okay, I don't even care who won or lost. It looked cool, and that's all that really mattered. And that's what I said.
I think storyline wise, though, at the end of it, it showed you that Uncle Howdy and Bray Wyatt are unified because they were standing tall together. Which
okay, this was the match to do that in, I guess. Not a fan. Yep. Not a fan of putting this as a part of that because this, to me, that was the blow off. They're not gonna go any further than this. He just had a man leap 20 feet into the air and drive an elbow. He missed. Right. Drive an elbow through him through the floor.
Sure. Yeah,
it's got to be over for LA Knight, right? He's not going to show up on SmackDown on Friday. Like, who knows? He probably will with like a head wrap or nothing. Who knows? Bianca Belair, Alexa Bliss.
This match, it was fine, but the finish was clunky.
No,
like they just looked to me. It looked like these two just didn't gel at all. Like they just miscommunicated.
They never do.
They look herky jerky. Like there were moments when it looked like Bianca was just stiffing the crap out of Bianca
out of frustration.
Yeah, like it looked like Alexis looked like she was just annoyed. Like there were moments where she was just like, that she had to be in there wrestling, and there were other moments when I felt like Bianca was just like going through the motions, like they were just trying to get through this match and get over with.
So I don't think they gel well together because they had a
No.
match on Raw. I don't know if you saw it. They had a match on Raw and it bombed. Alexa missed some spots. The problem with Bianca is when she's frustrated, she shows it. You can see when Bianca's having a bad match.
Yeah.
And that comes with time. She's only 20 some odd years old, late 20s. She's only been working for 5-6 years, whenever the Mae Young Classic was. And she's doing good, but she's got to know, even if the match ain't going well, you can't show it on your face. Because then guys like us who know the business are going to be like, bro, she's giving it away. She's giving away the work. They went 7.5 minutes. Bianca went over.
It was 7 long minutes.
And the crowd was not into it. The crowd had just seen that pitch black match. And then this happened. And this match wasn't good. And then it had more post-match shenanigans.
I feel like the crowd wanted to get into this though, and it just wasn't there.
You think?
Because they showed love to Alexa. They showed a lot of love to Bianca.
Yeah.
And the match they were into it at the start, but
they did a spot in the beginning I think they liked, and it just it was just
it jettisoned down fast.
Very quickly. I didn't like the match either.
No.
I was not a fan whatsoever. I think the big matches of this pay-per-view were the Rumble matches and then the main event.
Well, Bianca won. Point being, Bianca won.
Bianca won. What do you think is next for Bianca? So I don't know if you saw. We're gonna mention. It's a week later. People know Rhea Ripley went over for the Royal Rumble. She decided to challenge Charlotte.
Which was the only play. Come on, there was no way you didn't want to watch Bianca go after Rhea.
But remember, before Charlotte returned, all we were saying was it's got to be Rhea Bianca.
Yeah,
I'm sure it's on the archive somewhere. It's got to be Rhea Bianca.
Yeah.
Excuse me, Rhea Bianca. There's no other way. They even peppered that seed into our lives. They put that into the soil, and had them nudge each other when they walked by Bianca and Rhea. I said, "Ooh, okay, there it is. There's the start. There it is." But then she showed up on there and was like, "I'm working Charlotte." I'm like, "Oh, so what do you think is next for Bianca?" You can't say Becky, you can't say Bailey, because it looks like they're starting to start their own program because they're actually going to have that steel cage match now. So, what would you think?
Out of who's in the elimination? So based off of Monday's TV, that's going to be in that elimination chamber match. So I saw some of the voices online were thinking Asuka.
That's what I was thinking.
The Kana character. But I didn't watch Kana. I'm not going to pretend to have some deep knowledge of Kana.
Yeah.
Was Kana a heel? Is that like, because I guess here's the thing.
I believe so.
Okay, because here's the thing. I don't see who the heel is against Bianca.
Right.
Bianca, you need a heel against. Bianca's a great baby face. So
she's a white meat baby face. Yeah.
I just don't know who the heel is for. I don't know who that heel is. Like I like Raquel Gonzalez. I don't want to see Raquel Gonzalez become a heel against Bianca Belair, because I think Raquel Gonzalez is a hell of a baby face right now.
You know what? You know what might be your best bet for this? If it's not Asuka, or if they go to Asuka early and it doesn't work, which I think it will, because I think Bianca and Asuka have had matches before, very physical with no problem. But if you don't, you go multi-women in Mania. You just throw a bunch of girls at her.
I don't want to.
I don't think
it's a win match.
I would rather a one-on-one, but I think at this rate, Rhea and Charlotte will be more of the marquee for the women. That can main event one of the nights if they wanted to.
Yeah.
So I just think for Bianca, it's tough.
Can I get your opinion on a rumor?
Sure, go ahead.
How do you feel about the rumor that because Rock's not coming to Mania, it's been confirmed. It's been confirmed that Austin's not coming to Mania. Yeah, because at the end of the scrum, Triple H during the media scrum said that Rock just doesn't have the time. He was like, if something changes, he was like, fine. He was like, but just we reached out to Rock.
Man, bro.
Yeah, he was like, we tried.
His football league's about to start in 2 weeks.
Okay.
So I don't think he's gonna have time.
So he was just like that. And so Triple H was just like, it's just, I'm sure if he could, he could fit it in if he could, but he can't. And then Austin is out the question because Austin is, for although the internet rumors say that he turned it down, but clearly he got into shape for the new TV show that he was doing.
Right.
Hold on a second, I got to sneeze.
There's one. Should be one more. No, just one.
No, I think one we're good.
Okay.
And so Cody, Roman, night 2 for both belts.
Cody
Rhea,
Roman
Charlotte.
night 2 for both belts. Ooh.
Yep. Rhea, I don't think they're going to separate the belts. I think Cody's going to take both, and I think Rhea, like you said, I think Rhea, Charlotte would main event night 1.
Sure.
Roman, Cody main event night 2.
Sure.
Seth and Logan Paul work a thing.
Yep. Are we doing WrestleMania predictions right now?
No, but I'm just out loud working it out loud, like in my head,
Sure.
like who you're telling me for the women, and so,
Bianca and who, man?
Bianca and who?
I'm gonna try.
I mean,
and find
based on
this
the match, Nikki Cross in the match, and no, I don't like Nikki Cross. I don't like Dewdrops in the match. I don't like Dewdrop for her as a heel.
Sorry, her name is Piper Niven now.
Piper Niven, now excuse me. Piper Niven.
Don't do that.
Oh
She's
man,
no
did you see
longer
what happened to
Dewdrop.
Shotzi?
What happened to Shotzi?
What's her face? Somebody landed on top of her. Shotzi like smacked her head on the floor. No, Shotzi had somebody land on top of her. Yeah, she got hurt. Shotzi got hurt like during the Rumble. Yeah,
bruh, I didn't know that.
Piper,
no idea.
I forget who it was. Piper tossed somebody out, and they landed on top of Shotzi.
Oh my god, that's awful. I had no idea.
Yeah,
I didn't know that.
Yeah. That was one an injury
insane.
that coming out of the Rumble. That was one of the injuries that coming out of the Rumble. Was Shotzi got hurt, and then apparently what's her face got hurt too. Dakota Kai. How did she get hurt?
I don't know. I didn't know about these injuries. You're schooling me, brother.
Oh, okay.
I'm trying to find some women to face Bianca at Mania.
Who's in the elimination chamber?
Great question. You have Asuka.
Mm-hmm. Carmella's in it, right?
Carmella.
Yeah.
Carmella's not a Mania opponent. No way.
Asuka, Carmella, Raquel Gonzalez, Liv Morgan, and who else?
Is that 4 you just named? I
Yeah, that's
only
four.
named 4.
That's 4. I just, okay,
they left 2 out.
Okay.
So I think what they can do, pivot there, if they don't put like a Candice LeRae in there, you could put Becky.
I think Candice LeRae is in there. Actually, now you're saying that, isn't Candice LeRae in there?
I think she lost that match.
She did lose it. She did lose it. I'm sorry, she did lose it. You're right.
I'm not, but unless, brother, I'm looking. I'm scrolling here. I mean, you could probably see it on the bottom, but I'm scrolling on the site.
Yeah. Okay. So maybe you're right. Maybe it is a multi women's match.
Yes, boy. Sorry.
Yeah. I think
it
you're
might
right.
Be a multi. I think it might, unless they call up Gigi and JC and try to start something brand new right before Mania. I don't know, brother. These are NXT girls. EO's a tag champ, still in NXT. And I'm not naming the names, but
did to be absolutely random and jump around on you here.
Sure.
Did you watch NXT last night?
I didn't, but I heard it was an amazing show.
Okay, I was just gonna, you gotta watch Veer and Mahan.
I heard they're that stable with Jinder,
yeah.
Right? They got Jinder now. I heard it's becoming they're starting to look real good.
When you say starting to become real good, you mean physically?
I mean, as a unit.
They look visually good.
Visually good.
Okay.
Why? The bell ring?
The bell rang and they worked like Ahmed John. I thought I was watching Ahmed 2.0.
Oh God.
Yo, when I tell you, it was like I was geeking because I was like, oh, Franny's gonna. They had on the Ahmed thigh pads as elbow guards.
Stop it! Stop it!
How did you not see it? I was like,
I didn't get to watch.
Okay, you have to. Okay, so one of those, like, I need your hot take. You have to watch them. It's Ahmed 1 and 2.
Burn.
And they were in all red. It was horrible. I hated the outfits they wore. It wasn't it. What?
I think I know who.
Who? Rhonda?
What do you think?
I thought Rhonda's doing a tag thing currently with Shayna Baszler.
Has she started that yet?
Oh, I thought they were in that. I thought Rhonda did some
When she lost to Charlotte, she hasn't been back.
Yeah, and I could have sworn Ronda did some interview. She's been doing some press where she said that she really wants to look into the tag team stuff now.
But that doesn't make sense because Ronda and Shayna are heels, and there's already heels with the championships.
All right.
Wow, brother.
Shayna's the girl. Wait, that's the girl without the eyebrows, right? Am I saying
Shayna
the right
Baszler.
person? Okay, I just want to make sure I was.
Yeah, they're
confused.
4 horsewomen. We talked. I
was thinking Sonya. That's why I always think I'm always confusing Sonya and Sonya and Shayna. Excuse me.
And it won't be Sonya Deville. There's no way, brother. There's not a lot of choices for Bianca, and that's scary. My God, yeah, I do. No, I'm at the end. I'm up to Zoe Stark. Okay, you know what? Let's go to the Rumble. Let's go to the Ladies Rumble. Let's talk about it real quick.
It featured a lot of NXT women.
Yeah.
Didn't it? Yeah.
Three.
NXT.
Roxanne Perez.
The main roster for the men's Rumble featured 0.
I looked up and I saw Booker T, and I was like, no, he doesn't count. He's a commentator.
I will say you're going to be that wrestling fan right now. Actually,
Verb. He does count because he's a commentator.
Yeah. So that's what I'm saying. No NXT talent were in the men's Rumble, but
we were saying that Braun Breaker will be in there. Yeah. Maybe a Dustin Waller.
Nope. You know what? They looked at us and went, "Hi, we got a deep enough roster on the women's." The women's, it gets me excited because the women's was like, "Yo, we got a deep roster."
So I think there's going to be just wild tangent. I think there's going to be a crazy influx of women coming soon to the main roster.
Yeah.
Because look at the dilemma that we put the WWE in with Bianca. Who's Bianca going to work in Mania at this moment? If it's not Asuka, then who? Because there's no one else ready.
I guess if you put me in that situation, then it is Asuka.
Has to be, right?
Yeah.
But,
or Kana, or if she does Kana.
She's Asuka. She's Asuka.
She's not going to do Kana?
She's going to do that look, but she's still Asuka. When they announced her, it said Asuka. I just looked on the website, it said Asuka. So
the face paint is hella cool, though. The face paint is wild. Yeah.
Did you see her on Raw where she had the little mist oozing out of her mouth and all that?
Again, I don't know Kana enough to.
I think Kana was
that part of the gimmick.
I think Kana was more like a horror character. I think. Don't quote me on it. So she's supposed to be scary. But
by the way, doing it rocking like $1,000 coat, $1,000 shirt, like she was stunting hard.
She looked good. Outfit. I know you was loving it.
She was drippy. Like I was like, yo, she really does get on some like. I may not let y'all know, but I'm rocking this year's Fendi coat like right now.
Facts.
Like she was wild.
Yeah, no, she looked good in her little fit. Her fit was fire.
Yeah, man. Asuka be killing it out there. Was she casually bought a brand new Benz in cash or something on her her Twitter?
I didn't know.
She just casually was just like, it's time for a new car. Just walked out with a Benz, just like
wild.
That's what I do.
Absolutely wild. Like what? Let's talk about.
But women's Rumble, man, it was a fun Rumble. So I didn't watch this twice, and it's not because I didn't want to. I just haven't had a chance to watch it yet.
I feel like this one was way more structured than the men's.
This
Rumble.
felt like a typical Rumble.
Thank you. Okay.
Because this had the spoiler to it when it had what's her face came out at 30. Nia when Nia came out. So I kind of appreciated them not even letting her time run out. Like she was just came out like she's just on her. I don't even care. I'm coming out.
Yeah, I'm coming walking out. Forget your 10-second timer.
And the whole everybody turned on her and all that. Like that felt very stagey Rumble. Like
but what they did differently was because when she came out, I was number 30 in our Rumble game. Okay. And I got Nia. I was like, all right, let's go. I got Nia Jax. I'm about to get me some eliminations. She about to start tossing girls left and right because they left about. they show all the people that eliminated.
They had mad people.
Asuka, she was Lacey Evans, Liv Morgan, Mia Yim. Oh, my hand's not on there. Michelle McCool, Nikki Cross, Piper Niven, Raquel Rodriguez, Rhea Ripley, Shotzi, and Sonya Deville. 11 people were still in the ring when she came in. And she didn't eliminate a single soul. She was out in 1 minute and 57 seconds, according to this time here. She was out in 1 minute and 57 seconds. Normally, if 30, it would have been Brock. Brock would have tossed at least 8 dudes and been in the final 4.
I'm telling you, I didn't even get what she did because she walked in and they ganged up on her and she was just popping off with the mouth. And it was like,
And then she got pieced up and then pieced out.
But it was so weird because it was like, was this done just to get a reaction?
I think the pop was just her entrance. I think they didn't want to do anything with her, so to speak.
Was this a one-time deal? Was this a one-night contract?
Hold on a second. I didn't see her name on the list on the website because people go by the website. If it ain't on the website, you're not on the team, brother. So let me scroll down to the ends real quick.
By the way, shout out to us. We're at a minute 50.
Yeah, an hour 50, and we said we were going to be under 2.
Yeah, and under 2.
We suck. Nia Jax is not on the roster.
Wow, Noam Dar is still there.
Shout out to Naomi. Noam Dar. Naomi's still up there.
How do you think Omos did? Omos took that backwards bump. What? Did you see him take that bump?
Yeah, he did.
My mind was blown. He took it. He landed on his feet.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, it was.
I said, damn.
He's the man. Can I tell you something? Sasha Banks isn't on here.
Yeah, well, she's been removed. She's been put in the alumni section.
Money.
You mean money?
Money.
All right, Mercedes money.
Stop.
Money.
We're up against it.
We're up against the clock. Sorry, money.
So let's talk about this Rumble. What stood out to you besides 1 and 2? 1 and 2 started and ended this match. Yeah. They went an hour and 1 minute each. I like the finish. I like the what did Rhea do? The giddy legs before she slipped and held onto the rope.
Rhea grabbing like that. I was like, okay, because at first I was like, no, don't do that. And then when I was like, oh, I did not see that coming. They caught me off. They caught me surprised me. Yeah,
is the cat? Whoop, see ya. I liked it. I like that finish.
Look, misting Liv and then having Liv be blinded when she started punching her hands. I was like, no. And then when they threw her, I said,
okay,
well,
there
done.
it is.
Well
and
played.
This is what we got. Rhea Ripley, your 2023.
Okay, how did you feel about? Can I ask you a question and opinion on this? Rhea going point spirit fingers.
Did she?
Rhea never. Every time Rhea did it,
I see it. Yeah,
look,
I see her doing it in the corner.
Doing this. Rhea points for a second. Rhea points for a second.
Was she waving at it? Maybe?
And does nope. She just does this.
Oh,
because she just
maybe that's her point.
I was wondering if she did it because she was like, I don't want to be on the dorks, so just point at the sign.
No, I don't think that's the case. I think it was just her making it her own. That's what.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying. Like she made it her own in terms of like she did spirit fingers to the sign.
It could be that. So she had the most eliminations that night.
Did you hear that she dislocated her knee within the first minute of the match and then popped it back in?
I heard that too. Logan Paul also said he tore his ACL, so I take it with a grain of salt. I would have to see when that happened. You know what I'm saying? Remember Logan Paul's ACL? I mean, he did a springboard off the top rope and collided into Ricochet with a repaired.
Well, ACL he probably collapsed his lung. He probably collapsed his lung, so he'll probably report in tomorrow.
You're right.
Tomorrow, the next day, Logan Paul collapsed his lung right after that Ricochet spot.
Right.
He cracked a rib and it punctured one of his lungs.
So, I mean, this one it wasn't as I'm trying to say here. It wasn't as I don't want to say convoluted, but like
spot heavy. They didn't have the indie spontaneity of it. This one
wasn't like free. Yeah, facts.
This match felt like, okay, next person's coming in. Let's stand. Let's turn. Let's look who the next person's coming in. It felt very like your typical Rumble
match.
But that's not a bad thing. In this instance, that wasn't a bad thing because it didn't also feel like it was dragging or that the ladies looked lost or that the ladies were like, doing whatever. Because how'd you feel about Michelle McCool getting her music played, just coming out the crowd working in Uggs?
Unzipped. I liked it. Why not? It was reminiscent of like when it was the King, and the King just came from commentary and was like, "What?" And he took his jacket off and decided to be in the Rumble. I was okay with it. I liked it.
Cool. Yeah. No.
What about you?
I mean, overall, nothing. I mean, nothing stood out as horrible to me, and nothing like. And look, I'm critical of women's wrestling. Yes, I'm very critical of women's wrestling because if we're gonna put so much of it, it should strive to be the very best of it. And there's really great women
to be better than the men. That's how I look at it.
Correct. And there's a
Yeah.
lot of great women's wrestling, but there's also tons of not great women's wrestling.
Lots of dancing and lots of
This
choreography.
this was fine. I enjoyed it. Rhea worked so hard.
Yes, she did. She busted her
Like
nose. You said she dislocated. They reported she
she
dislocated her
well,
knee.
she said, no, I didn't say she said she
said that.
dislocated her knee.
Yeah,
Like at all, listen, Liv. I thought Liv did
Liv
great.
worked hard too.
Liv worked hard,
Yeah,
man.
absolutely.
Raquel, I thought Raquel
crew.
Gonzalez did really well too, getting the crowd into when she ran down. She got the
Yeah.
crowd hype when she was in there.
So I want to point something out.
Shoot.
One thing, Damage Control did a damn good job. They looked very dominant in the Rumble, eliminating a lot of the girls. They did a lot of the elimination.
They reminded me of who the heck was that? Like
running roughshod in the Rumble.
Yeah. I'm trying to think of what group ran because they ran rough.
Think of any dominant
like stable, like they did their thing, man. Yeah, no, I really thought they
think back to when like Nexus was around, when Nexus was in the Rumble, or like CM Punk's Nexus, where he just sat there and the guys were like, he had, what was that guy's name? Mason Ryan, eliminating guys for him and stuff like that. I couldn't remember his name.
Yeah.
Mason Ryan was the thing. No, but yeah, they looked very dominant in the Rumble. But I was going to say, so Rhea and Liv both went an hour. The next closest is Bailey at 27 minutes. It's crazy, right? Because we had Gunther, Drew, Gunther, Sheamus, Drew, 3 longest, and Drew was like 37 minutes, and Sheamus was like 50 some odd minutes, and then Gunther was the hour and 11. So this one was done differently, where after the hour, the longest anybody else was in was a little less than half an hour. The other person that was in there just as long, and that's probably telling on what's going to be her future, is Zoe Stark. She was in there for 26 minutes and 34 seconds. And she worked
like
well.
we said, the NXT girls. NXT, I think the women's division from NXT has a bright future. Like,
oh yeah,
that women's division there, and no slight to any other women's division anywhere else, but I really think, call me crazy, that Performance Center is really bringing up some solid women.
Yeah, absolutely. I think I was worried once. I'm trying to think what group of girl. Once Mandy Rose got released, I was like, oh, okay, because that was like, to me, the next call up, like them and Toxic Attraction. And then I'm thinking in my head, like, okay, who's next? Are you gonna bring up Roxy already? Like, no, you can't. Zoe Starks looks great. Nikita Lyons has a look, but she can't stay in the ring. She's always getting hurt. So, like, where are you gonna go?
She's on the shelf now.
She's on the shelf. She tore her ACL or something. Like, see you.
Yo,
see you next year.
Is it Sarah Amato still the head female trainer?
Yeah, you're talking Sarah Del Rey.
I was gonna say, what was her name on the Indies? Sarah Del Rey. Shout out to Sarah Del Rey, bro.
She used
my
leg to get back up.
If this is her, her doing, then that woman deserves all the praise in the world.
I'm gonna see if she's still there.
Wow.
Yeah, I think she is.
This new crop of women, these new crop of women are something else.
Listen, I wish she got a fair shake at I'm talking about Del Rey in like a big stage, but she's wrong era. She's another one that we talked about, the Briscoes, wrong era.
Yeah.
Sarah Del Rey is 22 now. Sarah Del Rey is the top worker, in my opinion. She could
Sarah Del Rey is what Jamie Hayter is currently.
Correct. Very
but
correct
better.
on that.
But better.
No
disrespect to Jamie Hayter.
No.
She does her thing. But Sarah Del Rey
was on a different
Sarah
level.
Del Rey was a woman who knew how to work like a man.
And it's crazy because there's a whole generation right now who are fans of AEW and WWE and New Japan. Probably have no idea who this girl is. No idea who we're talking about.
That's that. And you and I feel like are part of this random group of wrestling fans that we got to see the boom. We got to see the indie bubble before the indie bubble burst.
Yes.
Before everybody had an indie. When being at an indie was a thing, that was like a big deal.
Yeah.
You work for ECPW, you work for GCW. Like, it was a thing to say the 3 letters you worked for.
Yeah.
And Sarah Del Rey at Chikara, Sarah Del Rey working CZW, Sarah Del Rey working Ring of Honor. Like, come on, man. Sarah Del Rey was on another level, man. She was doing something special.
and this is attributed to her. I mean, she's been there. My God,
she's been a trainer
I'm gonna
for
look it
a
up.
hot minute, man. Yeah,
She has
like 20.
touched-
Didn't she get signed like 2012, 2013?
Yes, she's 42 years old right now.
Back when Max Bauer, remember when Max Bauer got signed?
Mhm,
Shout out to Max Bauer, man. Wherever you at today? Shout out to you, my
She
guy.
retired September 2012, and she took over. She signed in 2012 to become the trainer at the 2012.
She stopped taking bumps in 2012.
10 years ago.
She was 32. She's in the prime of, you could argue in the prime of her career, she
Could you
stopped
imagine
taking
that?
bumps.
To become a trainer and think of every female that is on the main roster right now and in NXT. Sarah Del Rey has had a hand in training those women.
No.
So shout out to her, because you wouldn't get a Rhea, you wouldn't get a Bianca, you wouldn't get a Charlotte, none of these 4 horsewomen if they're not groomed by this woman who could teach them how to work and not be a model in a wrestling ring.
Yo, can I suggest something weird?
What's up?
What if we save the Roman talk for just wait a second, because I really feel like this Friday is the next part of the story that really, because the Roman thing is shocking. This just on my mind. The Roman thing is shocking, but this Friday is an important part of the story, because this Friday is the
bloodline implodes.
This Friday shows us the consequence. I guess like it's shocking what happened, because I don't want it, because I guess like, well, the time, but like we're talking about the Rumble. I feel like we wanted to talk about the Rumble, and we definitely did, just like we because remember when we were talking about before the show, you were like,
yeah,
let's talk about the Rumble. And I was like, you know what? Why don't we just leave this about the Rumble and give Roman, because I feel like the Roman and Sammy Uso thing, we can go on an hour about Roman and Sammy Uso alone.
So I like your idea a lot.
Yeah, because I feel like we can go another hour just on, because we just went an hour almost on just the Rumble.
Right. So let's just recap it real quick.
Yeah, I still think we can recap it, but I guess like I don't want to do a deep dive on it, because I feel like the deep dive should be post what happens. Because again, we're like, because I guess some of the we're discussing here has also been influenced by Monday. Monday gave us some fallout as to what's went on, right, and we got to see a lot of the stuff.
So now,
and I just feel like there's been zero fallout from the Sammy Uso.
Yeah,
we're not going to see anything from it.
You don't see anything on Raw until
tomorrow. Raw gave us nothing.
Now that you say that, we are going to have another SmackDown and another Raw, another couple Raws before we do another show again, because we're every 2 weeks.
Yeah, that's
and
fine.
It's an anniversary show. So if that's the case, we'll do it with our special guest.
And absolutely, it'll give us a chance to see other. Absolutely, you know what? I think that'll be a good conversation to bring other people into the conversation about. Perfect.
Cool with that. So
you know what? It just gave us a format. It just gave us a format to that show too.
I'll throw that.
So we don't gotta think about that for the next show. Yeah.
Boom. So I'll
because you know what? Because I'll be honest. I guess I want to finish talking about Rumble. I don't want to necessarily be like, oh, stop talking about the Rumble. I want to just finish up on there.
We can. We also have talk about NXT Vengeance Day as well. You might be able to help me with that. We got to preview that card because that's coming up on Saturday.
Yeah. Okay. We could do a real quick run through that. That's fine.
Yeah. Hold on. I'm just gonna put Bloodline Saga.
Yeah,
this feels
because
like
that's what I'm saying. Like, I just feel like,
anime,
dude, we have to give them their time. I just feel like we can't talk about them in 10 minutes.
No, absolutely not. Yeah, absolutely not. So,
and I also true transparency. It's almost about the 1 in the morning. I don't want to be here till 2 in the discussing the
Bloodline. I told you off air. I'm on.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, you're on a few hours of sleep too. That's why I was just like, we're at 2 hours and 3 minutes. Like, let's. I'm thinking like let's try to wrap it up.
Speed it up. Yeah. All right. We'll probably go another 10 to 15. Turn into 2 hours and 45 minutes, but we'll see.
Correct.
So real quick, Roman Reigns defeated Kevin Owens for the undisputed WWE Universal Championship. Match was great, but we're not here to talk about the match.
Something important.
What did I skip?
You skipped that performance by the guy. I don't know his name, but the guy who sang that country song.
Vernon.
Okay. Oh, wait.
Hardy.
Hardy. Have you ever? So I don't think I've ever heard of that guy ever. Not
until he was the theme for Royal Rumble.
Did he pay to be on that show? Because I can't imagine that song is that song a hit?
Who told Wish App Kid Rock that we wanted to hear his song live?
Yo, did anyone know that song before it was on that show? That's all I'm asking. Is he a hot artist? Because I went to Spotify and I couldn't even find him in he didn't come up on when you click country music. in like terms of like the hot country acts. I didn't
So
see his name pop up. So that's what I'm saying. Like, who is this Hardy guy?
so here's what will gauge you on the popularity of this Hardy guy.
Okay.
Type in the word Hardy on Google, and this is what you get. I got you. Bam. This is what you get. Oh, come on. Oh, now he pops up first. Don't do that, Google. Don't do that, Google.
Google just embarrassed the hell out of you. You was like trying to make a point. Google was like, yeah, Hardy's the number one choice. Say it again. They say Google listens to you, right? They say Google listens to you.
I'm switching to Bing. Switching to Bing. That's it. Microsoft, here I come. We're using Microsoft Edge. As I was looking at it, he was like the eighth search. So it's like, okay, whatever. But yeah, no, that was not needed. I was sitting there and it was playing. I wasn't even paying attention anymore. And I said to myself, professional wrestling is probably the only American form of entertainment and sports where we don't need music performances.
Bro,
we don't ever need musical performances in professional wrestling.
He got 6,532,749 monthly listens so far.
Okay, that means one person's listened to it 7 million times in one month. Man, listen, Spotify, they can inflate the numbers all they want. Hardy's out there. He's got some guy just constantly hitting play or keeping his song on repeat. Listen, man, I don't know Hardy from a hole in the wall. I don't want to know Hardy from a hole in the floor or something. I don't even know, but it was unnecessary. I get why they did it.
You wasn't down with Hicks Tape Volume 1?
Okay, moving on. Roman Reigns defeated Kevin Owens for the undisputed WWE Universal Championship.
Oh, wait. Also, wait. Also,
oh, what the hell?
I'm sorry. One more thing before we wrap up, because we can't skip over Dead Man Walking. We didn't get the
Wait.
We didn't get the big long intro, wasn't that? Well, oh no, that was Raw 30. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I was thinking, wait, that's not a Rumble? I'm sorry.
No, that's Raw 30. I'm like, wait, what are you talking about?
Forget it.
That's Raw 30. We previewed Raw 30. We didn't really talk about Raw 30 today.
Yeah, we didn't talk. We can talk about next time. But
we will during the Bloodline saga.
How did you feel about that? Can I just ask you just randomly? Did you pop, or were you kind of like?
Oh, well, we knew he was coming already.
Yeah.
So we didn't know the American Badass was coming. When I saw the graphic come up, I said, "Oh, okay." Like, oh, I cursed there, duck. Sorry, but that's what I said. That's what I said. I said, "Oh,
it must be late." Would you get loose with the swear words? It must be late.
I'm loose with the tongue right now. Yep. But I said, "Oh, oh wow, he's the American Badass." Now I'm not going to duck that because that's
right.
Yeah. And I was like, "Okay, cool." And I'm like, "Yo, why is it taking us so long to come out?" And I'm like, "Okay, there's his tire."
But did you feel like the crowd? I feel like the crowd didn't like the song didn't do it for the people.
The crowd was like, yeah, because it went boom. So they were like, oh, it's Undertaker. Then it switched to American Badass. They were like, it's still Undertaker.
I guess. Didn't the song used to have some big buildup though? Wasn't like a bong. It didn't have some like. Didn't it have like some whole big buildup?
Well, is it Rollin' or American Badass you're talking about? By Kid Rock or Rollin' by Limp Bizkit? Because Rollin' by Limp Bizkit.
Oh, was it Rollin' that had the big beginning? I thought it was the Kid Rock one. Oh,
because the one is I Am American Badass, something like that. I can't remember, but I know he always came out to Rollin'. And I'll have
to refer to my SmackDown originals, and I'll have to see it. I don't remember now. I'm sure
that leases up. I'm sure that leases up on that.
Okay.
If we were to watch SmackDown right now in the mid 2000s, Undertaker's not coming out to that. But yeah,
come on.
In all honesty, it's the Undertaker. It was cool to see the Undertaker.
Okay.
And
sorry.
Yeah.
Okay, I won't cut you off no more. Go ahead. You can get back to Roman.
He had bike malfunctions and whatever. Okay. Roman Reigns defeated Kevin Owens by pinfall to retain the undisputed WWE Universal Championship. He did it in 19 minutes. Phenomenal match. But what mattered was the end. We're just going to recap on the end. I got some photos. And I think I'm missing one. I believe so. So I think right before the end of it, because there was conflict towards the end of their match where Sami had to slide a chair to Roman.
Roman calls for a chair.
Right. Owens took these ridiculous bumps on the stairs.
Bruh.
I get the severity, but
Bruh.
Jesus, the last one he hit his head.
Bruh.
I'm
the
just like,
first one when he went backwards, and it's just like
brother.
it was like, oh, that's brutal. But then I was
Yep.
like, oh, they're going for a second time. Oh, your head dings off the. Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah, and it's like
That's fine.
when we were watching, I was like, Kevin, we get it. We get it. He's trying to really hurt you. We get it.
Yo, but
Let's do something else.
It made the point.
It did. It did. Then he's cuffed.
If they would have kept going from there, I would have poo-pooed on it. But it made the point. When he smacked his head on the thing, I was like, oh, you're done.
Oh yeah, that's a fact. I'm trying to find. Hold on, I'm really trying to find that picture of mine.
All right. Were you like me in the handcuff spot? Were you waiting for Roman to ask Sami Zayn for his wedding ring?
Give me your wedding ring.
I was waiting for Roman to tell Sami to give him his wedding ring because
give me your wedding ring.
He was just standing there like with the chair, like waiting to do it, and Sammy's pace, like agonizing. And I was just like, okay, Roman's about to ask him for his wedding ring. Watch.
Yeah, and he didn't ask for the wedding ring.
Yeah, unfortunately.
So that sucks. But what can you do? But then Sami got in the way when Roman was about to tee off on a handcuffed Kevin Owens. Sami gets in the way and goes, "Whoa, you're bigger than this. You're bigger than this, Roman."
And he said,
"Tribal Chief,
you've done enough." He said, "You've done enough."
So now
it's
is. I know we're gonna deep dive, but this is the same Sami that used to manipulate people as a heel. It's the same thought process and speaking points that you're the tribal chief. You don't need to do that, man. It's the same idea. It's the same Sami trying to save his friend.
And then it became the scene out of freaking like Goodfellas.
Bro, this was a mafia hit.
Roman,
he's passing the gun. You do
puts the gun in his chest and hit him with the.
I was looking for that picture, but
prove your loyalty.
I love how he stuck the chair out and the chair like swung.
Yeah,
like ever so slightly, and I'm like,
and Sami had to like go. He had the look on his face, and Sami has that just like you're gonna, and just like and then when Roman mushed his face, it was just like that was probably the one part where I was like, you went a little far with the mushing him.
He said, "Go back to doing jackass ish." Remember that he was mushing.
I feel like he should have got in his face and just been like, "Do it, yelling at him, spitting on him, yelling at him, and then turning his because that was the thing when he mushed him and then gave him his. So you said we're gonna go into analyzing. I don't want to overanalyze it, but that was part of the part where I was just kind of like,
he gave him his back.
Yeah. Because I liked it. Because again, if he'd have been yelling at him and then just walked up to this dude like, "Yeah, you about to get yours," and then you'd have seen Sami same thing. Either way, it was. Listen, you saw it coming. Yet when it happened, I still jumped up and down.
Okay, so I just want to say something about this chair shot. I feel like I know CTE and all that, they don't want blows to the head, but I feel like a shot to the head of Roman Reigns here would have even went crazier than the shot to the back that he did. Granted, the shot to the back made his point.
But the shot to the back was reminiscent as when, if you remember,
Seth. When Seth turned,
and because he took almost the same bump, the same
kind of style,
laid there by the.
I thought I had that one too. Damn, I didn't save that one either. I saw that one, but it must have been a different format, so I couldn't save it. Yeah, he's kind of like got the. Did he do it really? Like what? His face.
But when they beat the brakes off of Sami.
Hold on, before you even go that far, when Jay's reaction to the chair shot felt 1
real
trillion million billion % real. It felt
Jay felt like he had zero idea that was going to happen.
Like nobody told Jay the work.
Nobody told Jay at all. Yeah. And Jay was straight up like
nobody smartened up Jay, and he's like, "Yo, what's happening?" Because again, we're not gonna dive into it, but all the things that Jay and Sami have been through, we documented it.
I told you, this is why I told you we have to
I understand.
Be able to talk about
I understand. Right.
It will not.
We don't have enough time. We don't have enough time. You're 100% correct. Maybe we shouldn't have talked about Tom Brady for half. We would have had the time, damn it. But no,
you go on a random tangent
about Tom.
You brought us to football and said we'll take 20 minutes to discuss football, and I'm like, hey, You know Tom Landry and this coach, and we were
I had to tell you that story. And we started talking football for 20 minutes. It's my fault. We should have been talking about the damn bloodline. My fault, Tribal Chief. I acknowledge you, sir.
Oh,
Don't come after me. But no, Jay's reaction when he's sitting there, that's my brother. What are you doing? I love that.
Yo.
And then Jimmy's just like,
the last thing I'll say to it is just this: is when, because right, just when Roman looks at him, and Roman points to the sky with the one, and the crowd starts raining the "F you Roman" chant.
F you Roman.
Yo, when he
F
just
you Roman.
he stood over Sammy, he looked disgusted, and he just put up that one, right? And typically the crowd would have cheered him and been
Usually
all
the
into
crowd,
it.
Usually the crowd's with him. Everybody in the crowd.
Yo, it was just F you, and it was clear as day. F you Roman, F you Roman, F you Roman. And yo, it was like, wow.
So he hasn't gotten a chant like that since he beat Taker.
Okay,
and he was a baby face then.
Did you hear the microphones? At one point, the microphones die. Like
really?
The people get listen to go back, listen to the audio.
I'll probably watch it back when we
the
go.
Audio, you know that when who was it? When Punk was it Cody? That when he came out there, like you could hear like the microphone almost like you couldn't even hear the microphone because the microphone like dies out for a second because the sound was so overwhelming. Listen to the reaction Roman gets. There's one moment where it's like so loud that you can hear the microphone kind of
crack,
and then like it readjusted, like it peaks, which is like, yo, WWE has some of the best sound gear in the world that's made to record a stadium.
Right.
How loud did it be?
51,000 people. Everybody was talking. That means
caused the microphone to peak.
Right.
What?
Right. That's crazy.
What? That's all I'm gonna say about it. I will give no more conversation about it. Is just that if you need to know nothing else about that angle, is that it caused the microphones to peak when Roman pointed his hand to the sky and the crowd started chanting "F you, Roman."
So just like, one last thing about it.
That's all I'm done. I'm done talking about it.
We can do Vengeance Day. We'll do Vengeance Day.
We'll run through Vengeance Day real quick. Yeah, because
I was trying to find the picture of them two together, but screw it. The picture, the last visual of Sammy and Kevin laid out. Kevin still in cuffs. The roses all over the ground, chairs everywhere. Great way to end your show. What they did with that segment was solidify Roman as that heel, because before that, with his interactions with Sammy, he was starting to get lots of love. He was cool. Oh, he's accepting the guy we like. We like him then. You always knew it was coming. You always knew it was coming.
We just never knew when.
Remember how we were predicting, oh, it'll be, remember this take off the shirt oos. Take off the shirt oos was the thought we thought we were going to see. Kind of like, all right, it's time to pack this little tag along up. But instead, Sammy had to make the decision. And he made the right decision as a babyface. And Roman became the heel that needed to be the heel. So Roman rode the line for many months for this story just to be right where he needs to be. So shout out to the storytelling, the writing, the execution, and heels being heels. I love it. Gotta love it. So let's go. Vengeance Day. You got anything you want to add before we go to Vengeance Day?
I told you, man. I'm good.
Okay.
Yeah, let's just fire through Vengeance Day real quick.
We'll run through Vengeance Day. I'm not gonna lie, Vern. I've been doing a basketball podcast on Tuesdays, so that's why I don't get a chance.
You know what?
I put it on.
Yo, we don't. Let's not chat about it. If you didn't watch,
we will. I know the story.
Oh, okay. All right. So if you don't watch it,
I haven't watched in the last week.
Okay.
That's what I was gonna say. So,
right,
but I know all the players in this, maybe except this fatal 4-way tag. I don't know how they got there. I know how everything else is. I know how they got to everywhere else. So I have 6 matches so far. It's probably going to be it. Usually NXT for premium live events don't go more than 6 matches. Big note on this. It's happening February 4th this weekend. It's going to be freezing up here, by the way. It's going to be like 9 degrees out here.
No, okay. So
I don't know if you got that cold snap like we do in New York.
I was snowing this morning. I woke up this morning to snow on the ground.
Hopefully that snow don't travel over here, bro. I hope not.
No, it was gone. By the afternoon, it was a beautiful day. But yeah, we woke up to snow.
Okay.
You want to go through this card?
Yeah, I'm gonna go through this card real quick. I was trying to be smooth with it and trying to get the image. Something I should have done in pre-production. But yeah, nope, I'm not getting it. I could, but I refuse. I refuse.
No
I
worries.
refuse. Lingering daddy. So yes, this will be at the Performance Center. It's not at Full Sail.
But they
This will
have been
be-
traveling. They have been traveling.
They have been doing house shows.
Yeah.
So now this is what I like. We're starting to get back into the groove of things and what NXT.
I
was
thought
doing.
they were going to do NXT Vengeance Day at a place. Did they not?
It's
They
at the
decided
Spectrum
against
Center.
it?
It's at the Spectrum Center.
Oh, it is. It's not okay. It's not at the Performance Center.
It's not at the Performance Center, is what I said.
Oh, I thought you said it was. That's why I was like, oh, I thought it was be not there. Okay.
Yes. So, I'm going to read just real quick the Spectrum Center for end stage 360 degrees, which means, or center stage will do for center stage. It can seat 18,500 people. Will they pack that much? I doubt it. This isn't the NXT. This ain't your daddy's NXT with every indie darling that was a draw. So,
but this is an NXT that's doing comparable numbers of 2019 NXT.
This is a big test.
Yeah.
Big test, this pay-per-view or premium live event, whatever you want to call it. It's on, I believe, on prime time, so it's not like a 4:00 show or anything like that. You'll see it late at night, I believe, right? Am I right on that one? It's 8 p.m. Eastern. If you can confirm that for me. You have 6 matches with some of the best talent on their roster.
Yeah.
It's at 8
p.m. Peacock. Yep.
So this is prime time Peacock premium live event. Treat this as a main roster pay-per-view, pretty much. Because these people are on TV every week. They're on USA every Tuesday. So TV following, they might get pay-per-view buys. Do they even still do pay-per-view buys? You just gotta buy Peacock in order to watch them now, right?
Yeah, I'm not sure. I don't know if you can still buy
in the States. In the States,
yeah, in the States. I think overseas you can buy pay-per-view. I don't know if in the States. I'm sure you probably can.
You probably
like some
can.
cable providers, you probably could. Yeah.
Yeah. You probably call your Comcast. I want blah blah blah.
I somehow don't think anyone's gonna tell you I'd like to pay $50 for the show. No, sir, we don't. Please pay $5. Like I don't think anyone's gonna deny you.
Nobody's gonna deny that. But WWE is pivoted towards premium live events. So yeah, let's go through this card. We have 6 matches. I don't think this is in the correct order, so I'm just gonna read them off as Wikipedia has it. It's a triple threat match for the NXT Women's Championship. Roxanne Perez, the champion, will take on Toxic Attraction, Gigi Dolan and JC Jane.
I think Roxanne. Oh, my bad. Oh, do you want to do?
Yeah, let me run them through, then for the NXT Championship, we got a steel cage match. It's Braun Breaker versus Grayson Waller. We have a singles match for the NXT North American Championship. Wes Lee, the champion, will take on Dijak. And then the Fatal 4-Way tag match for the NXT Tag Team Championships. We have the New Day, which are the champions, taking on Gallus, Pretty Deadly, and Chase U, which is Andre Chase and Duke Hudson. Love me some Chase U. Then let me stop and just because I read it and I'm like, bruh, because I didn't know this was happening.
The promo, I was going to tell you, you got to check the promo. The promo,
yeah, I've got to go back.
Melo did a money promo for this on Tuesday.
Yep. Okay, so Apollo Crews versus Carmelo Hayes in a 2 out of 3 falls match. Okay, I'm gonna just go before I say what I need to say. And then I'm just gonna call them Team KC. I don't know why they haven't had a name like that. The tag team champions of the NXT Women's Tag Team Division, Katana Chance and Kaden Carter, I call them Team KC, will take on the team of Fallon Henley and Kiana James. Okay, all right. So talk to me.
Well, there's some heat there because apparently,
well, Kiana's Brooks' girl, ain't it?
That's
the one he get off.
Apparently, man, Kiana was on the phone with somebody, and Fallon was like, "You not gonna cheat on my brother, Bob?" It was dumb, man. It was so bad.
I bet it was. Somebody's like, "That's real. That's
it was
real.
Porn quality. It was porn quality. Like, yeah, we're good." He was like, "Don't you be doing it to my brother? Okay, I'm not gonna let you." It was like you just made a mental leap in that, but okay.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Okay.
Yeah, but so going down this card real quick, right? Based on everything we saw, Toxic Attraction, great card. Yep. So I'd say Roxanne Perez she's gonna win big.
Sure. Do you think there's gonna be dissension between Gigi and JC?
Yeah, 100%. Yeah,
2 heels, 1 baby face.
Exactly. And then the 2 heels, it's gonna just wait until the 1 heel is gonna try to out heel the other, and then the crowd's gonna decide who they're gonna love.
What if I have to do it to you now.
Shoot.
What if, what if, sir, Gigi and JC pull a Kane and Undertaker on Roxanne Perez?
Yeah. I mean,
Double pin.
oh
Who's
no,
the
I'm not.
champ?
I hear what you're saying, but
Yeah,
I don't know. I don't. I mean, I think it would. I don't. I would. It would be provocative in thought, perhaps, but
sure.
in actuality, I would hate for them to do that to Roxanne Perez. I think that. I
She
think she's
just went
like
over too. Yeah,
just went over. Great little story, and it would just make her look stupid to get her to
Yeah.
pin. And,
Well, how fast back then did Stone Cold lose his belts? Jesus, every 2 months Stone Cold won the title again.
uh,
Go ahead, keep going, Braun.
Breaker Waller. I think it's going to be a great match. Honestly, I think we may get an upset. I know I'm saying that it sounds crazy.
No.
But
Let me say something to you. I made that face because I thought I was going to be original and calling it an upset, but you stole my thunder.
Yeah, I didn't. I don't want him to lose, but man, it's hard to deny that Waller is slowly
Waller's over,
showing this charisma about him that, yo, you know what? Braun, your money wherever you go. You'll be fine.
Watching before we did record, I think last show.
Yeah.
We were watching NXT, weren't we? And you were showing me the promo. Waller has his own show. I can't remember the name of it.
The Waller Effect.
And the Waller Effect. Thank you. And Breaker was on there, and you're like, yo, Waller outshined Breaker in that promo. But you know, Breaker was kind of playing coy, kind of like, oh no, you got it. You're funny. You're hilarious. Which I didn't want to see from my champion. Not the kind of champion he is, but hey, I didn't write the stories, but Waller shined in that promo segment. So I can see, I'm with you on that. I can see. So far, I'm 2 for 2 with you. I think Perez goes over, and I think we see an upset here. Waller defeats Breaker in a cage. You think Breaker is on the way up? Like,
or at least, I think they're starting to wrap him up. I think they're going to start wrapping him up soon.
What else does he need to do down there, right?
I just think if you leave him down there, you're going to start getting diminishing returns.
Right. So you need to send him on his way. Get him some cool vignettes. Few weeks off.
Done.
Main roster. Put him on Raw. Put him on SmackDown.
Wesley Dijak. Honestly, I think Wesley is good. Wesley's a guy. He's grown on me more and more.
Yeah, as a singles guy, has developed very well.
Dijak. I just can't take Dijak. Dude, you know how I feel about wrestler voices. So when guys do voices and guys having to talk like that, I can't.
From firsthand, Dijak is putting on a voice right there because Dijak don't talk like that. I've spoken to Dijak before; he don't talk like that.
Yeah, so that's all. That's all. I think Dijak can wrestle. I can't deny that.
Dijak can go. Yes,
yeah, he can go. So I think the match he had a great match last night. Him and it was a sleeper match of the night.
See, I missed it. I gotta watch. I'm telling you,
with gosh damn it, Caveman. Oh god,
Von Wagner. As soon as you said Caveman, I knew exactly what you was talking. Caveman Edge.
Caveman Khali.
Caveman Khali.
Yeah. Him and Von Wagner, bro, stole the show. They went in the two and put on a little goodie, big men goodie. Yeah.
Well, you know what I noticed? Dijak, remember, usually his best dance partners are guys that are bigger. Remember him and Keith Lee, they had a few bangers on the indies. So
that one's a pickup. That one's a toss-up. I think that Wesley, I think it would hurt Wesley to lose it. But also, I think Dijak, they've been putting so much stock behind the new Dijak that I think it'd be weird if he loses. It has to be disqualification. It can't be a clean loss. I'll say
this is the best rendition of Dijak we have gotten in the E.
Yes,
Dijakovic. It was just him with no character.
Ignored.
Yep. T-Bar.
Don't even want to talk about it.
This Snake Plissken version of Dijak, I like. Escape from New York Dijak.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I'm with it. I'm with Escape from New York. Yeah.
He looks 100%. Cool. This is his best look. I'm not a fan, like you said, of promo voice. I hate promo voice. I don't think you need to change it unless you're high pitched when you talk or something.
Yeah. Or you have a stutter, or you have a lift, or something that you think understand, like I want to mask it.
Right. I can understand that.
To sound intense. Then you start doing that thing like Ethan Page, where You always gotta yell so people know that you're being intense and you're doing wrestler talk.
Right. Nobody talks like that. Nobody talks like that.
Or yells, or they just yell incessantly, and it's
Yeah.
just like, please stop it.
Uh-huh. Absolutely. Was that my first yawn too?
Yeah, we might have to run through this quick because I'm gonna have to.
Yeah.
I have to get a bathroom break. So I'm like, oh man,
you got New Day. You got the tag match.
Yeah,
Who goes
I'll
over
say
the tag
this
match?
tag match. I want Chase U to win because I like Chase U. I don't think New Day needs it anymore, but New Day brings a star power and a credibility to NXT. Oh, 100%. But I think Pretty Deadly's they're destined for bigger and greater things. I'm sorry.
Listen,
I love them. NXT,
I really don't
they're-
understand how they're not up on the main roster already. Why are they not with the models doing the comedy spots, being the levity of the show?
Did you see the models? God, why are you doing this to me? Did you see the models look at Otis and go, what is that?
What is that? Oh,
And then Maxine just said, it's perfect. Yo, if we get Otis in the Maximum Male model,
brother,
they just sold a shirt. Listen, Vince,
Yes.
Paul, you sold a shirt.
Yep.
If you get me Otis,
If Otis becomes a model, listen, I'm
and
gonna
you
say it right
spell
now.
his name in whatever ridiculous and call him like Otis or Otis
with 2 S's and an E. Oh my God! Listen,
or
listen.
Otis, whatever.
I'm gonna say this right now. Vern. I am not a fan of Otis. I've told you this. I'm not a fan of Otis.
I like Otis.
Otis has won me over in this Alpha Academy team just with the role he's playing. But I'm not a fan of Otis at all. I tell you, not a fan of Otis. Okay. If they work a way to make Otis a Maximum Male model,
because Otis will throw himself feet first into the gimmick. That's the thing.
And
Otis is a guy who
he's a
commits to the
gamer.
gimmick.
Yep, he's a gamer. Okay, what do you want me to do? You want me to wear a chicken suit and cluck around? Sure thing, boss. I'll do it. So I appreciate that. I'm just not, I'm not a fan. I'm not a fan. But if he becomes a Maximum Male model, I will go on WWEshop.com and buy his first model shirt immediately. I'm saying it right here, right now. 2:30. Okay. We're about to wrap this thing on up. We got 2 more matches. Talk about it.
So Apollo Crews and Carmelo Hayes.
Yes, sir.
They promo.
That's the one.
That right there is the match that this is going to be the one that has all the fans sweating and talking because
this is the indie match. Yeah,
should go in. Nothing about this. 2 out of 3 pinfalls. Come on, man, stop.
And
it.
I hope all 3 pinfalls are clean. I know there's going to be some dirtiness in there somewhere. But I hope all 3 pinfalls are clean. I hope they just let them go out there and have an exciting wrestling match. They go on number 1 and they set the tone for the show. I hope so.
Oh, you think they should open?
I believe so.
You would open 2 out of 3 pinfalls to open a show, really?
Damn right. Damn right.
Okay.
Yep. 2 out of 3 falls you can get done in less than half an hour.
Okay.
There's some matches that run 20 some odd minutes on a premium live event.
Sure.
All these matches for 6 hours, it's going to go at least 2.5 hours. They're going to get at least 15 to 20 minutes each.
Gotcha.
So I can't see why they can't go first. You put them on first and then cage match last.
Women's tag, Team Casey, obviously.
Yeah, I feel like whatever this is between Henley and James is progressing their story. This is just a way.
Yeah, no. Like I said, if you'd watched NXT yesterday, you'd have seen that they added a new layer to the story. So
right, yeah,
this is just getting them.
I seen when he had his wrist game was up. Brooks Jensen when he said, "Call me." All right, I will. I saw that one.
Yeah, but Oh, then
I know what's been happening. I just haven't seen the recent stuff. So I can tell. You can tell there's animosity between Fallon Henley and Kiana James, and that's all it's going to be. So, with that being said, Vern Bocce, I think it's time to wrap it up.
Yes, it is because I've got the.
I'm going to be quick there. He's about to dance. Your eyes are floating.
Facts.
Wave the pencil really quick. You know how you beat it? You just tell yourself, no. Stop thinking about it. And it goes away. You go, stop it. Stop it. All right.
Working. It's getting worse.
Music's playing. With that being said, this has been another episode. What number is this? Episode 25. It's almost been 1 full year, Vern. Episode 25 of the Pay Window Podcast on the Sandbox Podcast Network. This is the Go Home Show. The next show is the Colossal Tussle, brother.
Facts. Where we're going to discuss and take apart the Bloodline Saga.
The showcase of the Immortals. Anyway, with that being said, for Vernon Somoza, who's about to pee himself right now,
Facts.
I am Frank Champion. I am me. He is him. Touch that tip. Oh, too far. Ow. I am me. He is him. We are they. Say peace, Vern.
Peace, Vern.
And we're out of here.